6:30 p.m. on PBCJ. Follow us on social media at PBCJamaica for updates and
we care about
No breakfast program. St. Hughes, good morning. Okay, Casey. The good Casey sound like that? Casey, good morning. Calabar, good morning. Calabar, good morning. Let me see. Where's the Calabar? Is just two of you each? Or just one of you? Two of you. Well, good morning, distinguished gentlemen. UE. UCC. Okay. You know, it's interesting. Every school I've called so far, I have spoken at as a guest speaker or delivered a workshop. So it's so nice to have you all in the room today. Edna Manley. The greatest entertainment college, arts college in the world, right? Where the most talented come from. And on a day like today, I have to acknowledge the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, because this is a creative career expo, and we need to put more love on the arts, more respect on the arts. Okay, so let's clap them in the building. And I was a board director at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, and I have spoken, I think, at 2 graduations. So I just feel so excited to be in the room with you all, reunited again. School of Hope. Where are you? All right, yes, been there too. Now, this one I'm never go yet. And for all of you joining us from abroad, I would like to interpret what I just said. I have not spoken or attended that institution as yet. Carberry Court Special School, make some noise. Okay, that's a deaf school. Okay, so we clap like this. Everybody clap, please. That's right. Nobody left behind. I want to acknowledge our interpreter today. All right, this one I've spoken at, Listomere Gilby High School for the Deaf. Where are you? Whoa! So much are you? High School for the Deaf. Where are you? Whoa! So much are you? See you. Good to see you. All right. Yes, been there. Alpha School for Boys. Where Alpha there? Okay, this is a creative expo. And we want to get into the business of music and the power of music when we get into that career panel discussion. And you know, most of the top artists that I know, they're like my richest friends. They have the fattest bank accounts. Yeah, that's real. So even though mommy said you need to go and be a dentist, I just said. But we're going to have those conversations today. We're going to get creative, looking at all the disciplines and all the industries, and we're going to dream big about where we can go as Jamaicans and lead different cultural and creative industries globally. If you are with me, young person, say, yes, I'm with you. Spanish Town High School, where you there? That's right. I like it. All right. Which one is? I haven't been to this. I've been to Spanish Town High. Pentab High. Haven't been there. Where is that? That downtown? Oh, them never invite me come there yet. I don't know. All right. Pentab, raise your hands again. Let me see you. All right. Nice. Nice to meet you. Yeah, man. Nice, nice. Big up yourself, teacher. Thanks for bringing them out. Kingston Technical High, been there, spoken there. Where are you? Kingston Technical. Ah, lovely. Dunoon Park High School, spoken there, been there. Dunoon? on, be proud of your institution. Did I miss anybody? Michael? Michael, make some noise. Ain't nothing like the teachers. And when you graduate, make sure when you go in the classroom, you re-engineer and re-educate the people so we can truly achieve our greatness. Can I get a yes, Michael? All right, this school, who did I miss? Oh, Crystal House, Jamaica. Listen to me. I went to Crystal House the other day. I've been there twice. And my chair of the National Bank Foundation, the NCB Foundation, and I donated $350,000 over the Christmas and the Grant-A-Wish program to Crystal House. Why? When I went there first with my son said, he's 13, Jaja, mommy, a foreign this? I say, yo, for real. I mean, the place is immaculate. The children were so well behaved. The institution, the teachers, the feeding program, the parent community service program, they take the most challenged, they take children from the most challenged communities, yeah, around the Twickenham Park area, and bring them into a program where they are educated for free. They get to go to school for free. Yeah? They are fed every day and they don't pay $1, but they are invested. So I want to big up Crystal House. This is an institution to watch. When I go in a library, I lie down on the beanbag, and just relax. My mind was at ease. And let me tell you something. Big up the pot cover man, Dalton Spence from Crystal House. Yeah, great music drama teacher. Did I miss anybody? Oh my gosh, St. Joseph's Teachers College? Come on! How could we miss you? Ain't nothing like our teachers. Every teacher in the room deserves to be paid better. Every teacher needs more respect. Make some noise for the teachers here today. Yeah. Anyway, let me introduce myself. Oh, yes, I missed somebody. Which school? Oh, CMU. Make some noise. I tell you, today's going to be a good day. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, honorable panelists, speakers, agencies, ministries of government, permanent secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, the super ministry, tongue-tied, tongue-twisted, Dean Roy Bernard. Good to have you. Please stand. Welcome our permanent secretary. It's a career day, and many of you are asking, what in God's name does a permanent secretary do? I'm going to put him on blast later. Anybody know what a PS does? Put your hand up if you don't know what a PS does in the government. Talk the truth now. We'll talk real today. Look around, PS. Them don't know how you make so much money. You too could be a permanent secretary in a ministry. We're going to break all of these careers down throughout the day. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. I want to ask us all to stand first for our national anthem, the most beautiful anthem in the world. I'm going to do something very unconventional. I want to hear your voices. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us, the weak to cherish. Give us vision lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Does it feel good when you sing those words? Oh, I love my country. You may be seated. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am awaiting the entrance of the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange. She is in the vicinity, so give her a chance to arrive. She will be greeting you today. I also want to acknowledge the opposition spokesperson on culture, Deborah Hicklin Gordon. Make some noise, lady in pink. Stand up and wave to the people. Yeah. I love it. You see, without vision, we will perish. And it is the responsibility of each and every one of us to have a vision for our country. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us to share that collective vision so we can truly grow. I'm tired of the crime. I'm tired of hearing about people are poor. Our ancestors fought too hard for us to be poor. We're rich. Rich in history. We're rich in opportunity. We are pregnant with opportunity. But for the first time in Jamaica, we need to stand together as one. And today, at this Jamaica Creative Career Expo 2025, I hope we will all leave here re-energized with a collective vision of developing our country, using our talents and our innovation, sharing with each other. Yeah? One Jamaica, one love, one heart. Let's kickstart this Jamaica Career Expo right. Okay? So what's my name? Boy, you better get used to it because I'm going to be up here all day. All right? I'm your MC. I'm your moderator. I'm your glue. I'm a creative and social entrepreneur. Yeah? I'm a mother with 2 kids, mother of 2 ballers, and I'm married to this man for about 13 years. And he loves me, and I love him too. That's my first job. You got to get creative, you know. That's a whole nother conversation. The mother and wife career. But I'm not going to go there. I want to start off, please, by asking us to get ready to explore the digital space and unlock the future of creativity and innovation. Say yes. I'm honored again to be your host for this incredible day. And we're diving into the exciting worlds of animation. Who's interested in animation? Yes. AI has saved my life. Content creation. Gaming. Robotics. Animatronics. Animatronics? I want that again. Somebody I gotta tell us today. Animatronics? What is that? Don't tell me animatronics is animatronics. What is animatronics? They robot them. And they move. And they can vacuum my floor while I'm sleeping. And they can make me breakfast. Oh, the future looks bright. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you're a student, an aspiring creative, or an industry professional, this expo is designed to inspire, educate, and connect you with the tools and people who can help you shape your future and the future. We have an incredible lineup of speakers. Some of them are here spread throughout the audience. And our speakers, panelists, and the workshops we have created for you today is for you, designed and planned for you. From exploring AI, ethics in gaming, to uncovering the secrets of movie magic. Who wants to be in the movie world? Yeah? Who wants to be in the movie world? All right, David, I hear you. All right, me too. And we have some great friends and actors in the building. We're going to be introduced to a lot of great people today as we walk through our Career Expo and network. It's about sparking your creativity and opening doors to new opportunities, young persons. So we've done our roll call, and now I would like to invite our Minister of Culture. Not yet. Let's welcome her. She's just arrived. Let's welcome our Minister.
Natural beauty, yeah. No, I never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try. Yeah. Oh yes. Let me get my.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, she is a queen, a hardworking minister, and so we welcome you. Good morning. And as we get ready for our first set of speakers who will greet you, ain't nothing like music. Jamaica is known for its rhythm, its music. And that's a very big part of our creative industry. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the stage to kick things off our artists for this morning. Welcome, High Flames. Come on, cheer him on some more. And for the rest of today, when you clap and make noise, I want you also to give us a death clap as well, okay? All right, the death clap as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, High Flames.
And if you hear the sound like go on your back, go on your knees, baby, shake it to the max. The DJ please turn all the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Real bad man.
me. I say, Kalana, Uti Mama made the Kalama. Many Mexicans is son of Many Rama Colomba, Utola. Eat Mama Sala. Yap, Utola. Tiki Tiki Bank, Utola. When Chola, Mama Melu used that one. Lengo Bangana Mandala. I'm a kiss, I'm a consavana. Let's go to the road. Shiviram, shake. Very good boots, pussy, and pay. So, but tell a long mate, the young yo. One in the color, I put the color. Pumpkin to follow. I take the color. Wait for the color. Wait for the color. What color? Wait for the color.
What a PS. Going beyond the call of duty. I introduced it to him earlier, but can we say, big up PS? I asked if you knew what kind of career that was to be a permanent secretary, and many of you were confused. And I'm going to get him up here again, but a part of it is going beyond the call of duty. Again, I have acknowledged those of you in the ministries, the different ministry agencies. Again, we want to welcome our minister, Olivia Babsy-Grange, all of our distinguished guests from the UNESCO office. Make some noise. Yeah? All right. And as well, all of our panelists who are here, we have some special introductions for them. And I can see some of them in the audience. Some of them are still trickling in. So I'm going to introduce you to them all throughout today. But our distinguished panelists who you saw advertised, many of them are in the building. Let's give them a round of applause. And of course, our guest speaker, who I introduced to you earlier as well, is getting ready to come forward to the front row to bless you up with his knowledge in the creative industries. Let's welcome again Craig Lynn, making his way to the front to sit, to join us.
Everyone, hey, please.
Take a picture.
Smile, wave. One more. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. All right, so it's not your time yet. I'm not sure why they brought you up here yet, unless you're not yet. No, we want you in the front row there. I like that.
Do you need help?
I'll call you in a minute. But you know what I love about that? He's ready. I always say to young people, you need to be ready, on your toes and ready to take the opportunity. Look at Craig. He flew in. He's ready to take the stage before he has been called. And that's a perfect lesson to learn. Clap in. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have a special message from the United Nations Educational and Scientific Cultural Organization, better known as? That's right. But before they come on, I want to talk about what they're doing to support the creative sector in Jamaica. UNESCO has played a pivotal role in Jamaica's cultural and creative sectors, fostering sustainable development and preserving the nation's rich heritage. Through innovations like the UNESCO International Fund for Cultural Diversity, and you know, it's a world of acronyms, IFCD, Jamaica has undertaken revision to the national policy on culture and creative economy to enable the preservation of growth, well, the preservation and growth, I should say, of Jamaica's culture, heritage, and related industries to amplify global recognition of its cultural identity. UNESCO has also supported projects such as Mapping Jamaica's Culture and Creative Industries, which contribute an estimated 5.2% to the country's economy, and safeguarding intangible cultural heritage, including the maroon heritage. UNESCO is a key partner in the government of Jamaica's investment in Jamaica's creative sector, ensuring its growth and integration into global cultural trade frameworks. To tell you more, and I hope I didn't take his speech from him, otherwise he's going to have to pivot and improvise. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you to put your hands together and give our next speaker, who is the officer in charge, the OIC. What a big title. So many careers. OIC. What's your career? I'm an OIC. That's officer in charge. Advisor for Communication and Information in the UNESCO Office of the Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Paul Hector.
Good morning, everyone. It's truly a pleasure and an honor to be here today at the Jamaica Creative Career Expo 2025, hosted by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport. On behalf of the UNESCO Office for the Caribbean, I extend a very warm welcome to you, our distinguished guests, partners, and most importantly, the many young visionaries that I see here on both sides, everywhere in the room, who will really shape the future of Jamaica's creative industries, and I dare say, global creative industries. Now, this year's theme, Exploring the Digital Space, highlights the exciting transformations that are happening in creative industries. Technology is, of course, revolutionizing how we produce, share, monetize, that is to say, make money from music, art, animation, gaming, and of course, digital storytelling. But as these opportunities grow, so do the challenges, particularly around the ethical use of artificial intelligence, intellectual property, and questions such as the fair compensation of content creators. At UNESCO, we recognize that culture and creativity are not just expressions of identity. They are also powerful economic and social drivers. That is why we have developed the Caribbean Artificial Intelligence Policy Roadmap, which provides a framework to ensure that artificial intelligence and the entire digital transformation process benefits the entire Caribbean's sustainable development. This roadmap is built on 4 key pillars. Firstly, culture and creativity. Secondly, governance and transformation. Upskilling and education. And finally, resilience and sustainability. Now, the culture and creativity pillar is especially relevant to our time here today. AI can, of course, enhance creativity, but it also raises some concerns, serious concerns, about the ownership of creative works, transparency around AI-generated content, and of course, how do we ensure that artists and content creators are fairly compensated for their work? As AI-driven platforms become more common in music, design, content creation, we must ensure that Caribbean content creators are protected, recognized, and rewarded for their contributions. Today's Expo is much more than an event. It is an investment in the next generation. So to all you students, aspiring artists, aspiring entrepreneurs here today, this is your moment. I encourage you to seize it. I also encourage you to engage with the many experts who are gathered here today. I encourage you to explore the various new tools, seize the opportunities that the digital world offers, while, of course, staying rooted in your Jamaican and Caribbean heritage. As partners, we must work together to ensure that AI and the digital transformation serves Caribbean creatives. By advocating for strong policies, investing in digital literacy, and ensuring fair compensation, we can build a creative economy that is both innovative and just. I extend my gratitude to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, and all of our partners for their unwavering commitment to empowering Jamaica's youth. So let's make the Jamaica Creative Career Expo 2025 a landmark moment of innovation, empowerment, and cultural pride. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, we must work together. And I like when you say fair compensation. It sounds goody? Fair compensation at a global standard. That would be nice. We're going to talk a lot of truth today about the career opportunities. But before we do, I want you all to take a look at this video looking at our creative industry.
Don't lose your way with each passing day. You've come so far. Don't throw it away. Live believing. Dreams are for weaving. Wonders are waiting to start. Live your story. souls can fly, the clouds roll by for you and
A beautiful representation of our cultural industries. How many of you recognize some faces in that video? How many could you see yourselves in the video in 10, 15 years from now? Yes, I see you in that video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all of the students who've just walked in. And I would now like to introduce to you your host. She's bold. You saw her in the video at the end. Minister, you're looking around. Yeah, you. She's like, who's she talking about? I'm talking about you. You saw her in the video at the end. I've always said I don't know how she does it. She's wired differently. Yeah? Because how can you be a minister of culture, gender, entertainment, and sport and be everywhere at the same time? I don't know how she does it. Maybe somebody cloned her. Maybe we see her at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not really you. Because in this day and age, you can 3D model people. I mean, they're robots looking like humans. P.S., Lady Joanne, just touch her and make sure this is the minister for me. Hello. This is me. Well, we'll see. I know, right? High Flames already kicked it off. I'm wondering if he's real with that robot dance. But, ladies and gentlemen, she has been an advocate for creativity and innovation in Jamaica. She will now greet us to share some remarks. Let's give our host a big round of applause. The Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange, Minister, Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports.
So royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind.
Let me hear the students singing this song. Come on, we need to liven up the place. Of a queen. Let me hear you.
She's a queen. Ooh,
I'm not hearing you.
But a natural beauty. No need no makeup. You'll be a cutie.
She's a queen.
She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman
In fact, I want all the students to stand. Just stand and enjoy yourself. Yeah. So royal.
And I need her in my life.
Let me hear you.
I never knew anyone so one of a kind. Until the night that I see your eyes. So sweet, I can see in her eyes the way she smiles.
Boy, you're beautiful and you have great voices.
Hey, yes, I know the king and queen crown. See, I'm
going to ask Taurus Riley to pass through later. How about that?
Just sleep with me through the trial times. And she says she no mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find. And she can't about that China line. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know many men are trying.
So, all our young girls and all the women in this room, you are royal. That's wonderful. Great vibes, and we're just starting. Right? Now, there are so many great individuals in this room that it's going to be very difficult for me to do acknowledgements because I would spend all day acknowledging all the great personalities who are here and all the future, the great stars and personalities of the future in the creative sector. So I'm going to be very brief in my acknowledgements. I just want to, of course, acknowledge my permanent secretary, Mr. Dean Roy Bernard, the tallest man in the room. P.S., will you please stand and take a bow? And I must tell you, permanent secretaries are very, very important in a ministry. If you think it is the minister that runs the place, it's not the minister, it's a permanent secretary. Because if he doesn't sign off on expenditure, we wouldn't have this beautiful function here this morning. So I really want to applaud him for his support and thank him for making today possible. And I also want to thank my team. I'm going to ask the team to stand. The permanent secretary, the principal director. Gianna, where are you? And all the members. Put your hand up if you're... all the members of the team who have pulled this event together. I also want to acknowledge the opposition spokesperson on culture, Deborah Hickling-Gordner, is here with us this morning. Deborah, please stand and take a bow. She's referred to as my shadow. Of course, we have some great panelists with us. And throughout the day, they'll be making their presentations. I'm going to just ask those panelists who are here this morning to just stand and also be acknowledged. All our panelists, I mean, they're just great personalities. Some of them flying last night. Some of them flew in the day before. And they're going to be making great presentations. And I must tell you something. Many of them have excelled overseas. They have achieved a lot. But they're all Jamaicans who have been successful. And they today will be living examples of what you youngsters can achieve. Of course, the members of the diplomatic corps that's present here this morning, I want to thank you for coming. And of course, now there's a gentleman. I've always said I wanted to meet a real Zulu, right? And I finally met a real Zulu. So I want you all to put your hands together for Mr. Dennis Zulu, the UN resident coordinator in Jamaica. Please stand. Of course, I want to acknowledge our sponsors and to thank them so much for supporting this event. And of course, the teachers and the students, because it's all about you today. Other distinguished guests and members of the media, good morning. So I wish to welcome you all to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports 4th Jamaica Creative Career Expo. And it's being held, of course, during Reggae Month. Our expo follows on the heels of the 67th Annual Grammy Awards held on Sunday, February the 2nd, where the soundtrack of the biopic Bob Marley, One Love, the soundtrack of the movie Bob Marley, One Love, which premiered at the Carib Cinema here in Jamaica last year, January. The soundtrack won the best reggae album. Isn't that wonderful? So far this month, my ministry has supported 3 films. So we hosted 3 film premieres. One was Romeo and Juliet, Forever. And Romeo and Juliet starred the students of Haile Selassie High School. And it just was wonderful. It was Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare, Jamaican style. Applaud them again. It was wonderful. Anyone here from the Haile Selassie? Anyone? Not yet? And then we had also another movie, Love After Holidays, produced by Jacinth Headlam, our own Jamaican, who produced this film and who has agreed to fly back to Jamaica and to be on one of the panels. Jacinth here? Please acknowledge her. And then the third film it's called Sugar Dumpling. And that was premiered on Sunday. And the star of that film was is Oliver Samuels. And it was quite a touching, film. His performance in the film was really, he played the father of a young girl who was suffering from dementia. And it just showed how much we have to care for senior citizens or elderly, especially when they get to an age where sometimes, as we say in Jamaica, their mind wander, right? But that film was really quite a moving experience for me on Sunday night. And of course, we will be premiering other films next year during Reggae Month. Now, in November 2024, we launched the first phase of the Jamaica Entertainers and Creatives Insurance Plan. And that was the first phase, which treated with life and accident, personal accident insurance. And we now will be launching phase 2, which will deal with health insurance. So members of the entertainment industry will have their little health card. They go to the doctor, they use their health card to pay. They go to the pharmacy, they use their health card to pay. And I just want to indicate here that our music started, well, the first Jamaican genre was mento. Popular genre was mento. How many of you students know about mento music? Let me see the hands. Also, mento is still alive. And then we have given the world 6 genres of music. We have given the world rocksteady, ska, rocksteady, dub, dancehall, reggae. We could go on and on. But before all of that, we also had the Afro-Christian aspect of our culture. The strongest, or the genre, or the traditional culture, which has the strongest African retention, is Kumina. How many of you know of Kumina? Let me see. Yes, more people know about Kumina. And how many of you know about revival? Okay, very good. I saw a lady at the races, a fantastic hat, really dressed nicely. And I was saying, "Ma, you're so beautiful." And then we got talking, and then she whispered in my ears, "I'm a revivalist." And I grew up in West Kingston, where many, many people were revivalists, but they also went to church, a traditional church. They would go to the Catholic church or the Anglican church in the morning. And in the evening, them wrap them head, and them go jump, revival. But those elements were the early aspect of our culture. Kumina, revival, and then in different parishes you have, you know, so many other, the Gere, the Etu, and so on. And I hope that you young people are learning about the roots of our culture. It's very important that you know from whence we came, so you can know where you're going. Most of our pioneer artists, they just love the music and they created the music, but they did not focus on the business of the music. And so many of them today, they are penniless. They can't find the funds to even go to the doctor. And many, when they pass, their family has difficulty finding the funds to give them a decent funeral or send-off. And so I felt it was important that we created this insurance plan so that they, while they're alive, they can get assistance. And when they pass, they will get a decent funeral. And I'm saying all of this to say to you young people who are interested in the creative industry, it's not only about writing lyrics, singing, dancing, painting, and doing all the great things you want to do, but always remember the business of the creative sector is important. So you must understand the business, learn the business, and make sure that for your creativity, you are securing your future by ensuring that you register your songs, that you write, and that all the other things you do, you are earning and you are saving from your earnings to secure your future. There's a gentleman here, Craiglin, who is the son of the lady who started, she started a fast food service. Her name is Thalia Lynn. Can you tell me what that fast food, what did you say? So I'm going to ask, is Thalia here? Thalia, come, there she is. Give her a big round of applause. And her son, Craiglin, is here. And he used to work for Disney World. And now he's in India doing some interesting things, special effects. I'm going to ask Craig to just stand and be acknowledged. So a lot of great things are in store for you today. We have some wonderful personalities today here who have achieved a lot outside of Jamaica and who they're here today to impart their knowledge to you. So these are exciting times to be a creative in Jamaica. The creative economy is alive and kicking. If the COVID-19 pandemic taught us anything, it's that the creative economy has the potential to grow our economy and create jobs, and is already an alternative to traditional sectors which spur gross domestic product. In recognition of this fact, my ministry proudly stages its 4th annual Creative Career Expo. The ministry has invited over 1,000 high school and tertiary students who have an interest in pursuing studies or businesses in the creative industries, as well as creative practitioners and entrepreneurs. The aim is to have the participants, the participants, leave the expo feeling confident about the future of the creative industry, to encourage you to become a part of the creative economy, and to be more knowledgeable about the various creative career possibilities. So this year, the expo will be held under the theme, Exploring the Digital Space, and will focus on creative enterprises and opportunities in the digital environment. I know everybody in here has a cell phone, and I know that you're always exploring on the cell phone. And so you want to know more and explore the digital space and the digital environment. So digital creativity utilizes new and emerging technologies and aims to arrive at innovative solutions, modes of expressions, and designs, and seeks to reach audiences in ways never thought of before. So in fact, the world is our stage at this time. We have invited Jamaican creatives at home and from the diaspora who have excelled in the digital space to demonstrate to you, our students, and other young creatives, and even those not so young like myself, that there are viable career alternatives to traditional ones. As such, we have curated an elite team of panelists from the digital space, particularly those involved in the entertainment and creative sectors. We want creatives, or the creative at heart, to see and hear from those who are now established in the various sectors of the entertainment, culture, and creative ecosystem, who are operating within the digital space. So we hope that this inspires emerging creatives like you to become the next best exponent of your craft, of the craft. I'm particularly proud of the fact that this event was conceptualized and executed by Jamaica Creative. And what is Jamaica Creative? It's a body envisioned as the engine and clearinghouse for the Jamaican entertainment and creative industry sector. And I happen to have conceptualized this so that within the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, there is this unit that the people in that unit, they think out of the box. When people think of government, they think of this straight kind of boring way of operating. But within the ministry, we have these young, dynamic, creative people who come up with all the ideas and who will continue to organize this creative expo so that you can reach out and have a better understanding of what a career in the industry means and how you can achieve it. Now, this is not the morning for the minister to be speaking for long, because I know you really want to get to the meat of things today. So I just want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to say to the students, Miss Lou would say clap yourself, because I'm so impressed with the turnout. I want you to clap yourself. And later on, when some of the other panelists arrive, people like Massacre, Valiant, Omi. Yeah, I know you'd love that. So, you're going to stay right until the end, because we have some great things lined up for you. Bless you, thank you, and all the best.
In numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you. We are charged and we are ready and we are excited. So, I promise to keep the program moving, and I ask you to open up your eyes, open up your ears, and open up your creative palette to receive everything from the creatives that will grace and bless this stage today. Minister already set it up. She took the first line, I think, of his speech. I want you all to look at this video presentation, which will introduce your very first panelist speaker, because he will also be on a panel later on. He is leading and very accomplished in the movie digital space. The son of a chicken lady. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look.
Craig Lynn, Craig Lynn is renowned for his groundbreaking contributions to blockbuster films such as X-Men, The Last Stand, AVP, Alien vs. Predator, Deep Impact, and Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. His expertise in visual effects has earned him critical acclaim, including a Primetime Emmy Award for Dinotopia and multiple nominations such as a Saturn Award for X-Men, The Last Stand. With a career spanning decades, Craig has worked with industry giants like Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, and Framestore, bringing iconic cinematic moments to life. His innovative approach to visual storytelling continues to inspire filmmakers and audiences worldwide.
Yeah. Give it up for Craig!
Thank you. Boy, that guy looks like a real pain in the ass to work with. So, thank you, Minister Grange. I've been asking her for years for an invitation. She's finally acquiesced to let me come down and talk to you guys. Empress, thank you as well. I had a long chat with her yesterday, and she said, let me make sure I got this right. I'm supposed to be encouraging all of you to be doctors, lawyers, and accountants. Was that right? Kind of. I was close. The whole idea of this today is to get you guys engaged in the film industry. I know it's kind of a little bit tangential for all of you because, you know, it's a hard reach from Jamaica, to be honest with you. But I'm going to get into that in one quick second. As an introduction to myself, as Minister Grange said, I'm better known as Thalia Lynn's son rather than Craig. And part of the reason is that Mom is so well accomplished. She's the founder of Island Grill. I think everyone might know that. And then the big reason is, why am I bringing this up right now? Why am I talking about my mother when this is supposed to be about me and Jamaica and culture? And Mom has always said from day one, a big part of her success is because of the island, culture, and people of Jamaica. And we need to recognize that. And then thereby, as an extension, my success is also due in no small part to the island, culture, and people of Jamaica. So I'm taking this opportunity to say thank you to everyone, you know. So, what do I do for a living? I am a film and television producer, and my background is in visual effects. Visual effects is when you go into a movie and you see a dinosaur. Oh, shoot, I forgot something really quickly. I took a few minutes earlier to go around and talk to everyone in the audience. And specifically, I need to give a shout out to Immaculate, where my mother, there you go. Sorry, I almost forgot, where my mother is alma mater from that. So well done. Sorry, going back to what I was saying originally. I'm a film and television producer. So what I do is that I help directors and studios get their movies made. I help find financing, I put budgets together, and more importantly, I help them deal with the creative of going, how? How do we shoot this? How do I make this look good? How do we finish it in post? So the specialty is in visual effects. And I'm going to start, oh, look at that, by showing you my reel. This reel is really old, but this is work that I personally was heavily involved in. So let me start by hitting this button, and hopefully something will happen. pretty cool. I unfortunately can't take personal credit for all of that. You've got to realize that when visual effects, it takes teams of people around the world months upon months in order to get to final picture. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is show you a few pictures and go over a few things that are a little bit more pertinent to my career and what I do. So this first one is this is my office on a normal basis. What I do is I go out there on a film production and I shoot second unit. It's like as a second unit director. I was like, what does a second unit director do? So your main director on a movie, they get the fun part of dealing with the actors. I get the difficult bit of going out and shooting the explosions, all of the stunt work, and all the tricky things that the first unit doesn't get to have fit into their schedule. So over there, you can see this is from Budapest. I was there for 4 months this last year, working on a film for Lionsgate called Dust Bunny. I was shooting the second unit on this, and I was there for a big space of time. Now, why is it important that I'm saying Budapest? One of the best and worst things about my career is the concept of travel. I've had the luxury and the benefit of working in North Africa, New Orleans, Vancouver, Savannah, England. I could go on and on. It's a wonderful experience, but at the same time, it takes you away from your family. I think that the opportunity alone for travel and to actually live is amazing. It's a wonderful opportunity that comes with the film industry. Oh, another picture. Okay, so this is on the set of X-Men 3. This was shot in Victoria, BC. We were there for around 8 or 9 months. The funny thing about this story is that I was living in England at the time, and I flew from England to Los Angeles for a 2-day meeting. They then put me on an airplane, and I ended up staying in Vancouver for 2 months. This is the nature of our industry. It changes a lot. There's wonderful opportunities, but it's very unpredictable as well. This is when I was in, thank you. That better? Oh, okay, I can project. This is at Leavesden Studios in London for Harry Potter 2. I worked on 2 and 4. This is a former Rolls-Royce warehouse that they turned into the sound stages for the movie. This is in Hong Kong for Dark Knight Returns. All these kind of blur into one big mush of movies for me. I'm proud to say that when I was shooting this, I had one of the worst hangovers of my life. My coordinator had taken us out the day before and decided that we were going to go drinking. And then the next day, we had to go shoot this. That is on the edge of IFC 2, which is the tallest building in all of Hong Kong, and there's only a little tiny cable holding me in place. You see, these are all of the interesting, fun things you could get to do in the film industry. Night shoots. This is in Vancouver for X-Men 3. Another fun bit of our industry. I have seen way too many sunrises in my life because I've been forced to stay awake for the entire night. It's all part of our industry. If you go in there and shoot a horror film, for example, you're going to be awake for your day starts at 6 p.m. and then it wraps at around 8 a.m. in the morning. And then you live the life of a vampire for around 4 months. Ooh. This was for Good Kill. We were shooting helicopter footage in North Africa, Waziristan. And the French helicopter pilot always love to tell this fun story. So this is on the top of the Atlas Mountains, and we landed on the mountain ridge to reload the camera. His favorite story was this, is that at high altitudes, helicopters tend to fall out of the air because the air is less dense. And, oh, my button's not working. Oh, which is my great next slide, which is this is what it looks like when you fall out of the air. Oh, yeah. It's all fun and games. Okay, so what's the point of this? Is that as part of our industry, you always are facing new and different challenges. In this photo, there are 200 rats. The reason why I know there are 200 rats in there is that we turned them loose in the room, and then when we went to collect them, we could only find 198. This is what my job looks like 99% of the time, is that it's hard work, it's long hours, and fortunately, I'm one of the few people on the set that gets to have a chair. Okay, so Minister Grange and Empress had asked me to tell my story of how I got into this industry, because you guys might kind of feel like you're at a disadvantage because you're in Jamaica. You know, how can I break into the film industry? And as part of it, I wanted to tell my story about how I did it, because hopefully it's going to inspire some of you guys to potentially do the same. If I can hopefully reach out to just one or two of you and turn you into the next Steven Spielberg or George Lucas, I think this entire speech will be a success. So, as a backgrounder, I wouldn't call myself an exemplary high school student. My grades were kind of okay. My teachers didn't really reach out to me and speak to me. I'm hoping that all of you honestly are having a different experience, right? Then, my college degree, I was an English lit major, which is so far away from the film industry, it's mind-boggling, right? It has no relevancy whatsoever at all. So this is the part of my speech where I'm going to, what my children call, the walking uphill to school every day in the snow, of how hard it was. So I moved out to San Francisco. At the time, this was way back in the oldie days, before things like a cell phone or the internet. And I said I wanted to get a job in the film industry. And at that time, George Lucas, who was the director of this little-known film called Star Wars, had a company in Marin, California called Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic was the only game in town. They were the hardest company to get into. It was the Harvard of visual effects. And at the same time, it was the only company doing this type of work in the world. And I had an English lit degree. So I had to figure out how I was going to get a job there. People were going in there saying, I will go sweep the floor for free just for the opportunity to work here. At that time, the software that they were using cost around $30,000 US per license, which was way, way, way out of my reach. The hardware that it was running on was close to around $200,000 for a computer that would run this software. So I did what I knew how to do. I was a lit degree. I had a lit major. So started working for a magazine saying, I want to review this software and hardware. And I taught myself these applications. I put myself a reel together, and I stalked one of the supervisors that was at ILM. you've got to realize the talent level of these supervisors. There's a guy named John Knoll. He believed in giving back to the industry. John and his brother Thomas Knoll wrote this little-known piece of software called Photoshop. So he had a little bit of talent. Went to all of John Knoll's little community speeches, and I said, "Hey, John, how do I get a job?" And I literally stalked him around town, put together a reel, and finally got an interview. Went in there, and the interview was with some of the best artists in the world. Sat around a coffee table, and they said, "This is the software we're using, this is what we want to see," and it was a two-part interview. And I realized that all the stuff that I showed them was from a different piece of software. I went home that weekend. I had one of the worst head colds of my life and put together a set of models, went back in that next week and showed it to them. And, they said, "How comfortable do you feel with this?" And it's like, "I feel great. Yeah, this is really easy." After I got the job a few months later, all these guys were sitting around the table saying, "Yeah, we know you're bullshitting us. That's fine." But what they were interviewing me for was not just talent, but the ability to go in there and say you can do the job. And that is probably one of the biggest takeaways that I want to try and impart on you guys now. So, the second part of the speech is about you. This is a career expo. I have a job, if I can keep it, but it's great. I have a job. You guys right now, this is why you're here. You are on the cusp of going out there in the world going, "Hey, I need to be paid for a living." Hopefully, you're going to use the resources of all of these people here to help you make a decision. Yesterday, I was chatting with one of our other panelists who share the same last name as myself. There you are. Hi. Bob. And for a very, very long moment, I was so proud. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I thought for the longest time I was the only one in this industry from Jamaica that was given the same sort of advantages that this island gave me. I thought I was the only one because I haven't been to one of these expos before. Minister Grange, thank you. But for a great moment, I sat there and I realized, hey, there's more of us. Graduated from, Sheridan, best animation school, one of the best animation schools in the world, and working as an animation soup. Well done. And I'm proud to be a Jamaican. My whole point of this is that take advantage of this. You guys, believe it or not, are more advantaged than I was when I started to try and get a career in this industry. And it's for a number of different reasons. Let me show you. This is the first reason. This isn't just for Tinder, guys. Is that, oh God, it's my friend calling me right now from Italy. I've got to hang up on that. This is an amazing tool. I tell my film students, it's like, this isn't a camera. This is actually a camera and an edit suite. You guys can start making movies right now. And here's the second reason that you guys have more of an advantage than I do. It goes back to what I was saying about Jamaica. Jamaica has a wealth of culture and a wealth of stories that are yet to be explored. Can't say that enough. Turn on Netflix, look and see what's on there. There's a whole slew of content from places like Korea, China, Germany, France. In my industry, content is king. And another way of saying that, stories matter. Your guys' stories in the future are going to matter. So if the one thing that you take away from all of this is this, your guys' stories matters. You are Jamaica because you are the future of Jamaica. So, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Craig. Give him a round of applause again. Wow. And I want to remind you, young persons, that it doesn't matter where you start. It's all about the dream and where you end up. It's a journey. And where you end up is the journey. And you can change career paths at any time in your life. Yeah? Don't be afraid. All right? Pursue your dreams and just go for it. Wow, Craig, inspirational. Can't wait to see what else you're going to bring to the big screens. This is a career expo, and we want to get our first panel going, which is AI and gaming. I'm going to move the program quickly by asking my team to play the video of the speaker, which is the introduction, and they will make their way to the stage. First panelist.
Golding. Godiva Golding, known as the Queen of STEAM, is the visionary behind STEAM House, an award-winning social enterprise teaching youth robotics, coding, and digital design. With over 10 years of experience in education and technology integration, she has collaborated with organizations like UNESCO, IEEE, and USA. In 2022, she became curator of the World Economic Forum's Global Shapers Kingston Hub, leading efforts to tackle global challenges. Recognized as a distinguished woman in science and technology by the Gleaner's Flair magazine in 2023, she bridges gaps in STEAM education. A University of the West Indies graduate and former Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative Fellow, Godiva now hosts the Makers STEAM Club web series, offering free hands-on STEAM projects for young learners.
Let's welcome Godiva Golding. And next.
Gregory Moore. Gregory Moore is a pioneering entrepreneur and leader in esports, immersive technology, and public sector innovation. He co-founded the Jamaica Esports Initiative and the Caribbean Esports Federations Alliance, uniting the region under a shared vision. Through partnerships with the Jamaica Olympic Association and the Global Esports Federation, he launched Dr. Birds, Jamaica's national esports team, competing globally in cities like Las Vegas and Singapore. Gregory also serves as chef de mission for Jamaica's 2026 Winter Olympic team. In business, he founded Straight Games Limited and VRX, a top virtual reality center, while driving XR and AI solutions through Virtual Reality Jamaica and NovaCore Labs. His work includes groundbreaking projects like mapping Jamaica's road networks using a Google Street View car. Neil Abrahams. Neil Abrahams, a visionary leader with over 2 decades of expertise in IT services and project management. Neil has dedicated 12 years to advancing Jamaica's information and communication technology sector, holding key leadership roles such as Manager of Technical Services, Project Manager, COO, CFO, and CEO of a top ICT infrastructure company in the Caribbean. As the CEO of Innovative Corporate Solutions, founded in 2003, Neil has led a team of 77 professionals driving innovation and excellence in business services across the region. His strategic vision and commitment to growth have positioned the company as a leader in the industry. Neil's contributions to Jamaica's ICT landscape and his unwavering dedication to corporate innovation make him a true trailblazer. Cordell Green. Cordell Green is an attorney at law and former Assistant Attorney General of Jamaica, currently serving as the Executive Director of the Broadcasting Commission, which regulates electronic media. He holds key roles in global organizations, including Vice Chair of UNESCO's Information for All program and member of the IEEE Global Initiative for Ethical AI. Green is also a commissioner of the Jamaica National Commission for UNESCO and serves on advisory boards for organizations like the Society for Scientific Advancement. With a distinguished academic background, he holds multiple degrees, including a Master of Laws from the University of Sheffield and an MBA from the Mona School of Business. A Chevening Scholar and Harvard Kennedy School alumnus, Green is a leading voice in media regulation, information ethics, and AI governance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our panelists for the very first session. Thank you, panelists. We're going to start with you, Mr. Cordell Green. I want to ask you, for our audience, what do you do day to day in the world of AI? We're fixing your microphone. In the world of AI, can you hear me? And I can hear you. In the world of AI technology and gaming, what do you do and how do you make money and how are you helping to grow the industry in Jamaica? Straight.
A high school student in Singapore who has his own company in artificial intelligence. That's an inspiration for you. The last conference we had past September 28, there's actually a young lady from Montego Bay who is one of the presenters, a college dropout. She emphasized that. Because she didn't make the best use of her college time. She then went into interior decorating, came upon artificial intelligence, and it has transformed her life. And it's people like that who we give exposure to. And then I dabble in AI in standard setting bodies such as the IEEE. I am on the advisory board of the Carnegie Council Artificial Intelligence Equality Initiative in New York and so on.
So the future looks bright for Jamaicans in the world of AI to develop new technology and to use it to grow the different sectors. Is that what we're seeing? Can we forecast how Jamaica will benefit with AI in the next 4 to 5 years?
Well, I'm happy you mentioned that, because when Paul Hector came up and he spoke about the Caribbean Artificial Intelligence Roadmap, what I would like to add to what Paul said is this. The Caribbean AI Roadmap was developed in Jamaica, the first of its kind for small island developing states in the world. And it preceded a lot of the international standards. There is, for example, the UNESCO recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence, the first global standard of its kind. I represented Jamaica in negotiating that agreement. There are people who believe the Caribbean Artificial Intelligence Initiative and the Caribbean AI Roadmap is a response to Europe or to what happened at UNESCO. We were doing that in Jamaica and in the Caribbean before these global instruments were developed.
So what does that mean for a student here? Sixth formers make some noise, fifth formers make some noise. What does it mean for them? What does this Caribbean AI roadmap really mean for them when they have to matriculate in the next year, when they decide to take on a new career in this AI gaming world?
Well, first of all, what it says is this, and I'm happy Craig went to the core of this, which is that we are Jamaicans. And this thing about with little but with Talawa is not to be taken for granted. What we recognized why we created the Caribbean AI Roadmap is this. If you're not at the table, you're likely to be on the menu. So we can't be sitting down watching other people and believing other people are great. The minister spoke about the 8 genres of music that we have created. Jamaica is a global cultural powerhouse with a footprint across the world that bears no relation to our size and our economic ranking. So Craig is right. Every Jamaican is a star. Artificial intelligence is a tool. We are among the most intelligent people in the world. So we need to stop using this tool, as he said, just for Tinder, posting photographs of food that we are eating, and start to create movies and tell stories, and like Bob Marley, continue to dominate the globe.
I love that. I love that. And what comes to mind as we move into the gaming world with Gregory is that you're saying we are producers, we are consumers, and we need to be producers. Even in technology and research and development, there's so much that we can do with artificial intelligence. So let's think big. Thank you so much, Cordell. Gregory, let's get into the world of gaming. And tell me what you do. I like to start with this. What you do? How you make money? How can I enter this industry? Break it down for me, Gregory.
All right. You hearing me? Okay. All right. I love the crowd right now, and I love working with young people. So it's amazing to see so much young people right now. So in the world of gaming, it's so vast. But I started off in the video game retail industry. Opened a little store. Also dropped out of college. Opened a little store, and it kind of blossomed into what we're doing today. We took up virtual reality and augmented reality in about 2018, and we've been using those technologies to create solutions, not just for the public sector, but for the private sector as well. We use this technology in areas of simulation and training. We've developed simulators right across the island for different schools, institutions. We also work with the Ministry of Transportation with simulators as well. We just created a really nice simulator for the fire brigade, and that utilizes we utilize game development to create the instrument clusters. We utilize robotics for the motion. We had to do, I used to do a lot more coding, but I did some of the simple coding for the robotics. And we also have a team of game developers that help. They utilize AI a lot to help with script writing and stuff. So we just combine all of those technologies to make money.
Hold on, he said simulators.
Yeah, so...
Anybody know what that is? Gamers do, but us old folks don't.
All right.
So help us understand.
All right, so let's just use the fire brigade as an example. They had an issue where they had a lot of damage with the trucks, and they were using real trucks to train new drivers. So being able to double clutch or, shifting properly, they were damaging the gearboxes. So they contacted us for a solution to create a truck simulator at the fire department, and we're now training drivers. We launched that simulator late last year, and they've pretty much been training drivers every day. So they're saving a lot of money because the damage was high on the vehicles, and now they can drive. You can't really damage the simulator. You can't mash up the clutch on the simulator. So they train all the young drivers through the simulator before they put them on the real truck. And I mean, we've done this for other entities within the public sector as well. There's even a simulator at the depot in Swallowfield, and the intention is for everybody who will be renewing their license in a few years, they'll have to go through a simulation before they go on the road, and this is to tackle
Thank God.
the road safety issues that we have.
Thank God, taxi men!
Oh yeah, they are part of the program as well, so yeah.
Hey, that's really cool. How many of you never thought about that as a career path? Put your hand up if you never thought about that. So how much money you can make, like, yourself, like, for your business and thing? Because, I mean, we always talk about careers. This is the salary range. And I find we don't talk about it enough. I mean, Julie Mango, it's about 10 grand to even get her to stand up on a stage. But that's US, by the way. I know how much all of y'all charge because I'm in the business. But I'm saying this to say, welcome, Julie. Welcome, my love. Why I say that is that when you look at different posts, right, for job opportunities, it tells you the range. Now, as an entrepreneur, it may be harder, it may be different, but I've always wondered, when you become a leader in this world of AI and gaming, you're running a business like this, creating solutions with technology and the simulators, how much money can you really make doing that?
Well, let's just say you can make a decent living. You can, right now the companies, our organization, we definitely saw a surge during COVID because, you know, virtual reality was utilizing a lot of solutions, but we're taking care of 2 families out of the business and, you know, sending our kids to decent schools. So you can make a living out of it. And I mean, I only had a job for a year a long time ago. And that was just a break between business. I've always been in business. So you just have to, I started in 2006 and you just push through and work, and now, you know, we're at a point where we can take care of families, and, you know, the struggle is still a little real, but it's not as real as it used to be.
Hence, you can make a decent. Do you want to make a decent living? All right. We're talking about AI. We're talking about the world of gaming. It's a creative entrepreneurial journey that Gregory just shared. Now let's move into another entrepreneur story with Neil Abrahams. In the world of ICT, you have 77 plus employees. Are you making good money?
Good morning. Is the tax man here?
No. I didn't invite them today. We need a creative tax break, Minister. I think he's alluding to something that we need to address in policy. All right, Neil, go ahead.
Yeah, no, we eat regular. I mean, in our industry, we're pretty large, and we do very, very large deals. So, you know, we're a $1 billion company. Here, 100%, almost 100% of that revenue is in Jamaica. So, as long as the taxman not here, I could say that you can do very well.
So let's break down your business. If you were to look at one of my young friends from Campion, big up the Campion Massive in the building. I say that because I'm married to a Campionite and my son is a Campionite. So that's why I had to big them up. But if you were to look at one of the young youths over there or from any school and tell them about entering your industry and what you do and what you need to learn to thrive as an entrepreneur in your technical field, break it down for us, please.
Well, for the boys in the audience, what I'll say is that most of us, we take a longer time to develop than the girls. And it takes a long time for us to figure ourselves out, right? I definitely didn't figure it out. I didn't do so well at school. And my dad let me know at a very early age that if you don't do well, you have to work. And so when I didn't do well, I went and worked. And one of the things that I'm very concerned about is that there was a place for people that didn't have it figured out in the old economy. So you could be a supervisor, you could be a teller in the bank, you could be something that would allow you to survive to figure it out. And those jobs have kind of gone away. And so for the guys, I would say is that if you haven't figured it out, you know, when you're 18 or 19, don't worry about it. Because as long as you can eventually figure it out, you can do very well. What we do for a living is very simple. We use technology to solve problems, or we use technology to basically enable outcomes. So what would be a good example? For those of us that live in Jamaica, we might be used to water lockoffs, right? So when the water gone, it's a pain, right? So how do you solve that problem? You apply some technology. You get a tank, you get a pump, you get a pressure tank, and you may decide that you want to take it one level further and get a sensor for that tank so that you can know that when the water is gone and the tank water hasn't run out, right? So what we do is that we basically look at technology from an appropriateness perspective, and we try to find a way to use that technology to solve a problem or enable an outcome. And that's the easiest way to describe what we do every day.
That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. And now, Godiva. And after, we share the same last name, by the way. Golding and Golding, G&G over here on the side. After she shares with us what you do, what gave you the vision to create this whole STEAM program, I want you to explain it to our audience. And then I'm going to open the floor and go straight into questions that you want to ask the panelists in the world of AI, gaming, and technology. The Q&A, right, will answer some of the other questions that I've been tasked to ask, but I don't think you all want to hear me all day. So I'm going to give you the floor to ask the questions you want to have answered, because this is about you. So let's hear about your AI journey, your gaming STEAM journey.
All right. So, sure. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So my journey is tumultuous, to say the least. You know those persons who can be good at everything, but you can't be good at everything all at once? That was me. Started off in electronics, started to business, and then I sparked something later on in my earlier career. And it was this simple realization that as a Jamaican, if it's one thing that I am sure about, it is that we are a very creative people. And when you're in engineering, when you're in business, there's something that doesn't exactly scream creativity. So we figured, how do we create a platform where we're bringing creativity to the forefront of the things that we're going to be doing in robotics, in AI, in coding? And with that, STEAM House was born to basically enable a culture of creation, but creation with tech. And with that, we've been able to explore how to get young people interested in animation, how to get you interested in gaming. Because let me throw out a little question, it's a vibe check. Anybody here watches JJK? All right, I love my crowd, solo leveling. All right, we are here. And you know about Shibuya, but what if we could recreate a Kingston? What if we were able to put ourselves in the driver's seat where we're not just watching a JJK or watching a One Piece, but you are creating the actual animations that go into that. And that starts with an understanding of technology that is beyond just let me sit down and watch TV, or let me sit down and, go on TikTok and scroll for 3 hours, and then when I just told myself it's 15 minutes, but now I have to study, and all the time is gone. We have a genuine opportunity as people from the Caribbean, as people with a different story, to not only tell that story, but also be a very active part of building the technology that would propel those stories even further. And I want to pull in 2 examples of, just why I think it's so important for us to consistently be a part of not just creating the content, but creating the technology behind the content. I think most of us can agree here that I'm a black woman. Yes? No? All right. Now, it's quite interesting when I use the TikTok AI-generated avatars these days. And it will look at me, and I will tell you, I still look black, but I don't look like a woman. And that tells you something about who is creating the technology. That tells you a lot. And you use these things, you enjoy them, but you never really ask yourself these deeper questions. And the other example I'm kind of leaning to is an opportunity that I had 2 years ago to visit the Disney Marvel Studios. And we were talking about color grading. We were talking about, you know, how you create movies, from the animations to doing things like the recent movie Wish. And something came up in terms of how do we make sure that we're accommodating for everyone, right? And we quickly segued into the Black Panther movie. Everyone remembers Black Panther, right? Okay. Can you believe that before Black Panther, the studio had never had correct color grading for black people? They had to literally go back to the software, the techniques, the modeling, to make sure that you could accurately grade for all the black people that were in Black Panther. Now look at this room. We're all different shades, colors, hues, for whatever you want it to be. And bear in mind that technology, much like stories, right? They say basically, you know, the lion that tells the story is always going to be the victor. Now, for us, part of telling our story is also actively creating that story so that it can accurately represent who we are. So that is kind of my nutshell of what STEAM House means and why I'm encouraging every young person to think about your talent, your stories on a global scale, and what you can offer from your very specific vantage point. You're looking at a world in a way that not everybody is looking at it like you. And that is part of your winning formula. And at STEAM House, we've been focused on how do we help you to identify that and leverage it so you can make some money, because I know Craig make money over there, you know. And more, you can make that money too. But it also means that we have to put ourselves in the creation seat, but also the production seat of what happens behind the creation.
I love that, Godiva. I love that. And are you making some money along the way?
Yes.
We're saying you're not hungry.
Depending on who asks, still, you know.
Yeah, I know. But we have to talk to it. Because sometimes they say the creative people then broke. The minister talked about it back in the day. Big star, no money. Because they weren't at the level of understanding the business of the creative industry. And that is something we need to think about. I don't need Cordell Green as a lawyer anymore because AI writes my contracts. Sorry. With all the studying you did, sir, and all the boards you sit on, and the broadcast commission you lead, I don't need you. And this is where I'm heading, Godiva. We need to create the new technology to serve the people. And yes, I love AI, but whenever I'm trying to ask for a Jamaican voice, when I'm creating I do internal communications for companies, right? And whenever I'm trying to quickly put together an AI piece or an education piece, a training module piece for a company to train their staff, and I'm like, give me a Jamaican voice, I cannot find one. It's an English voice. When I'm looking for that avatar that looks like the Jamaican CEO, I can't find it. Who in here is going to create it for the world to use, for Nigeria to use, for billions of people that look like us to use, and the technology, the TikTok? Who's creating the next TikTok out of Jamaica? Put up your hand. Oh, it look. How does the Afro-Caribbean TikTok look? So I'm going to ask you all to ask some questions. Talking about esports. What's the biggest sport right now? Huh? Football? Brother, how are they? Esports. Am I right, Gregory?
It's the second largest watched or consumed sport right now in the world.
What's first? Don't say football because okay, we need a stats check here. He may be right, but here, can somebody quickly AI and see who's right?
I think the Olympics actually get the most views overall, but esports is up there in the list.
Esports is up there. Yeah. Are we creating the next esport? Are we going to host the next esport competition? I mean, there's so much to do in the world of AI and gaming. Let's open the floor in this AI gaming and solution technology world real quick. I want you all to ask questions. And if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Empress. I started Talk Up You, Miss Effie, where I ask you to open your mouth and ask questions. If you want to know the answer, ask questions. These people up here are doing so well. They have traveled the world. They have a bank of knowledge that you can draw on right now. Draw upon it because we only have a few minutes. There are a lot of panel sessions. There are entertainment pieces. And we are moving a little behind time. Let's be honest, right? So I don't want to disrespect the panel by rushing them. You understand? Because they are probably the most valuable of anything that you will experience today is this panel discussion. Or the panel discussions. Come forward, my girl. Everybody clap her, clap her. Come up here, come up here. Come on, come on. Yes, you in the back. I see you. I see everything from the stage. Come forward. I like this. I want them to ask you the questions. Just run, come, run, come, run, come. Come up here, Mini-Me. Take the chair. And ask the question. And if you forget their name, just say, sorry, what is your name again? But introduce yourself.
My name is Dejane Connolly from the Immaculate Conception High School. Okay, so I have one question for all of you. How do you find or create your own personal balance between creativity and the STEM work life?
All right. If it's one thing that I feel about creativity is really just embracing the human experience. And we have this narrow view of creativity that it has to mean that you're a performer or, you know, you're making music or you're making art. But creativity literally pops up in everything that you do. So if I'm coming up with a new experience for how we're going to teach animation, that's creativity. You still have to think through all the pieces that go into that. And in a sense, it's kind of like a production for a stage show. You know, you're going to have a lot of performers. You have persons coming into the space. What kind of experience do you want them to have? So my frame of how do you balance STEM and creativity is to remember that, you know, every part of your existence to some extent is creative. And another thing that I absolutely love about Jamaicans who are in STEM is that we're not entirely single-minded. I remember when I was going through UE, my physics professor used to tour with Jimmy Cliff. And, you know, on a whim, he would just invite Beanie Man to come and talk to our class. So I say that to say we balance ourselves out also in that vein where, yes, we do the serious stuff, but understanding too, like active creativity also, like it just feeds your soul. It just feels good. And we don't want to give up that part of feeling good.
So it's a part of the human experience.
Very much so.
I am dealing with a lot of diverse projects that require a lot of brain power and a lot of ideation. And what I tend to do is I try to compartmentalize the works that I have to do, and I save time late at night to stay on my balcony and just think for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I just write down everything that comes to mind, and then I'd put it in a plan and try to either introduce it to my team. A lot of the times it's really around solutions or ideas that persons come to us with, and we have to try and figure it out. And we have to kind of, you know, look at all the technologies that we have in-house or what we need to source. But I always try to reserve time just to sit down and think for hours on end to ensure that we can always stay up to date, and a lot of research as well. But that's how I kind of have my creative time separate from family and work time.
Thank you.
Well, I think, hello? Yeah, I'm in the same boat where a lot of what we do is taking a look at what is available to try and solve the problem that's there. And so, the more knowledge you have and the more that you're open to new ways of doing things is the better that you're going to be for your client. On the part of balance, I think that if you really want to reach somewhere in life, there's no balance. You have to burn the hours, you have to work when no one else is working. I used to work every Saturday, every holiday. I think there is, in the younger generation, there's too much focus on balance at this moment in time. What we need to do, we have to work if we want to be better.
I am going to give the mic to Cordell to answer this, but I agree. Not name balance, it name juggle. One ball up, one down, one up, one down. Worse if you're a mother like me with 2 pickaninny and a wife. And we at work. But you have to balance by juggling. It's a juggle balance, right? Oh my God. He spoke the truth. You young people need to learn to work harder. Sometimes I don't want everything given to you. You have to work for it. I'm just saying. Right, Neil?
Yeah, man, we have to work.
But the man who is, I think, the wisest on the platform will answer your question now.
No, I'm not. But I'm not so sure I agree about there not needing to be balanced. I actually support balance, but I think it's how we interpret balance. Balance is really about continuity. I watch a lot of television. I watch a lot of Netflix, TVJ, CNN, MSNBC, and I'm a very, very, very busy person. What I do is I am embedded here doing some law and then take a break and watch TV. And while I'm watching TV, my wife asked me to perform husbandly, attentive, responsible obligations, and I do that. And then my daughter calls while I am on a panel, and if she says it's an emergency, I say, excuse me please, I know I'm on a panel, but none of you are as important as my daughter. Hello, Pia? What is the issue? So we are creative. We are creative beings. And I think one thing I would ask young people to reflect on is this. There are 24 hours in the day, and we tend to sit back and look at people. And, boy, the Prime Minister, and the leader of the opposition, and the lawyer, and the doctor. But if you stop and reflect on it, you are as busy as these people. The question is, what are you busy doing? That really is the question. What are you busy doing? And when you see me watch TV, don't believe that means you have a license to sit down and watch TV all the time, because you don't know when I am up at 2 o'clock in the morning dealing with legal matters. So we have to just check ourselves, and it is important for there to be balance in life. Do everything in a measured way and on a continuum. Okay?
Thank you.
I'm sure your wife may have a different definition of balance. Oh, yeah. Oh, my ladies, make some noise. Wow. I didn't know this was going to happen, but I kind of did. I'm going to just let the organizers know you can't ask Empress Golding to host an event with youth, because I will allow them to take over. So I'm going to allow them to take over. Looks like they have questions to ask. So if we have to be here till 7 o'clock tonight, you all okay with that? Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go. Can I get a microphone for the panelists for the questions, please? Come, my lady. You have to run though, time. We're trying to balance time. who has a picnic to pick up at 3 o'clock? No, I'm joking. All right, so we're going to ask you to ask one question to any panelist. Even if you don't remember their names, you can say, well, anyone can answer this one, but my question is, okay. All right?
So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayana Barnett, and I'm a third-year animation student at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. And my question goes out to anyone. With the growth of AI, how do you encourage upcoming visual artists like myself to not get discouraged by the fact that AI is literally taking over our jobs? And yeah, so do you believe that our job opportunities are running out, or do you think we have a better opportunity with the assistance of AI?
All right, so I'll try to connect that as well to the gaming industry, because animation is required for game development, and that's something that we do at our lab. Now, most persons kind of had the same sentiment, oh, AI is coming, XYZ is going to take over. The thing is, everybody can wash their own car, but people still pay people to wash their cars, right? XYZ, you can do your own hair, I'm sure, but you may pay someone to do your hair. So you still, from the creative perspective, persons always reach out because they have a problem to solve, and they themselves may not be interested in spending the time to figure that solution out themselves. So they'll outsource to a studio like our studio to say, hey, this is a problem we're having. And then we have the creative geniuses in our lab that will come up with a concept. But can you imagine that you as an animation student to say that, okay, I'm trying to create this animation. I have 3 or 4 hours to get it done, especially for an assignment. I need help. You still use software for your animation to create your thing. So we also use software to develop. But if we're trying to create a scene of Jamaica, it's easier to prompt that scene and then edit it once the results come than to build it from scratch. So you now have to you have to say, okay, this is a tool, AI is my calculator. Instead of me saying 1 + 1, and using your fingers to count, you're using the calculator so you can get your answers fast, so you'll build efficiency, XYZ. So I don't think it's something you need to fear. What you probably need to learn to do is understand how to use the tools, how to work quickly, because it's a fast-paced world we're in right now, how to work quickly, get the tools to produce those results that you want, and you always have the ability to edit it once it's done. So that's how we approach it from our perspective.
Thank you.
Jinx, hey, Mini-Me.
Could I just say
Sure.
one thing, though, because I think you have asked a very, very serious question that goes beyond the creative industries. We have to seriously realize that artificial intelligence is not just another tool. It's not just another tool. It is the first invention in human history that has the capability of taking decisions on its own. The gun can't do that. The car can't do that. AI can do that. And so what I think people like you and all the young people need to think about, when we think about AI, we also need to think about what I call HI, which is hybrid intelligence. Do not allow artificial intelligence to control us as human beings. It has that capability if we don't govern it effectively. So the thing is to think about how, as human beings, we're going to collaborate with these intelligent machines to make our lives better. But we're going to have to insist on drawing some lines in the sand. The people in Hollywood, the actors who demonstrated in Hollywood, shut down Hollywood for a long time, were not time wasters. They understand the power of the technology, and they understand that if we don't put guardrails in place, for example, if as a creative you don't say, you cannot just simply record my voice once and then go and use AI after that to create everything else. Not because it is possible, it means it has to be done. So your question is really a governance question. What are those things that we will not allow AI to do for ethical or humane or creative reasons? But we have to continue to discuss that. There is no ready answer, but it is a critical governance question for creatives. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I am going to take, oh gosh. All right, so there is a time limit on the Q&A. Can I ask the team members here, please, to help me to bring up only 4 audience members or 3 for the Q&A for the upcoming panel sessions. Thank you so much. But we're going to ask you to ask your question. Thank you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Kirsten Bowen, and I am a third-year special education student at the Jamaica University College. My question doesn't necessarily come from the point of a creative, but as a future educator. A lot of times right now, there are teachers, parents, that if a child, or who would be my student, says that they want to take up a job in the creative sphere, they're laughed at, ridiculed, and then told medicine, law, something of that sort. I think my question is just any advice that you can give as a young educator to be able to push my students in the future to still take up these jobs, to still see that there is use for it, and not necessarily just about money, but I think what stops a lot of people is the fact that they think you can't go anywhere with it. And it's too many risks, 1 in 10 and this get popular or famous or things of that sort. But we have a lot of students now that want these jobs. TikTok, things like this are pushing people to want these jobs. So any advice that you could give to my fellow educators out there to combat the notion that we have in our heads?
I'll take that one. So what I would say to anyone who is interested in an area, right, generally benefits accrue to those that are at the top of whatever field you're in, right? So if it is that you want to be in an area that's a non-traditional area, then you need to really focus on your craft and how can you become excellent at it, right? The other thing that one needs to be aware of also is that what you may want to do, Jamaica may not be the total market for that. So if you want to do, for instance, if you want to be a ballerina, there's no massive ballet company in Jamaica, right? That doesn't mean that you can't pursue it, but it means at some point in time you're going to need to start thinking about where is the market for that? How do I get there? Very similar to what Craig did when he had to go to that company in San Francisco. So you can do whatever you want, but you need to be good at it. And if you're good at it, then chances are benefits will accrue to you. That would be my answer.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have just a few more as we ask our performers who will be up next to make your way side stage, please. All right, ask your question. Thank you.
I'm Francine Peart from the UCC, but I'm also a graduate of Michael as well. I studied there some time ago. And I'm passionate about education. And my question to you is, how can we use the tool in AI to get the balance with, get the balance in education, especially with our boys? How we can manipulate that tool to get the learning out, especially within our Jamaican context?
Specifically to me?
You can take
Okay. All right. We do a lot of talks with youngsters because especially in the gaming industry, it's male dominated, and I mean it's mainly by choice. Boys prefer to play games in a competitive manner, where girls prefer to play games casually. But we recognize that in our space, gamification is a very powerful tool, and it's used in education all over the world. And you have programs which we are a part of, and we've hosted a lot of young men to just come and interface with some of the gaming. And then if you recognize that the culture, especially the school culture, teachers, we actually we downplay the value of gaming or gamification in schools. It's seen as a waste of time. It seems it's idleness. Parents will take them away, confiscate them, hide them, that kind of thing. And I think we need to be able to encourage it, because the technology or emerging technology actually requires a lot of gamers. Especially with cognitive abilities. Gaming helps with cognitive abilities, and a lot of young men are very hyperactive. They have very short attention spans, but they will sit down and play for a while, for a very long time. So if we can kind of contain that energy and steer it in the right way or the right direction, you'll see amazing results. I mean, I experiment with my kids all the time when it comes to that, and you recognize that if you need, I can give you one example. They were trying to solve some problems with the HIV virus. And I think it was like 20 years of research that scientists had done, and they couldn't they couldn't get a genome sequence, some kind of sequence they couldn't get. And there's a tool that gamers utilize, it's kind of like a hacking tool. They taught the tool, the sequence, what it is they're trying to achieve, and then a bunch of gamers within like 3 days solve the sequence. So it's a very powerful thing. We just need to kind of understand the industry, and that's a part of what we do at the JEI, is we speak to teachers, we start esports clubs in schools, we do competitions, so we try to contain that energy and steer it in the right direction. So I think gamification is something very powerful that we can utilize in schools. And, we just need to embrace it and stop thinking that it's something negative.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to ask where's my deaf crew interpreter? Yeah. So you have to talk loud,
I have a question for Mr. Neil. How can we use AI, for example, with a water issue? Suppose water is gone. So how can we use maybe a black tank by collecting water preservation, along with a pump how we can use AI to solve that issue here in Jamaica? And what also is the negative consequences of using AI in that regards?
Well, that's a tough one. Yeah, not sure I have the answer for that. Not sure I have the answer for that. But what I would say is that when evaluating the appropriateness of a technology, what we have to do is that we have to determine whether or not practically we get benefits from it, right? So what I would say is that it is possible that AI could maybe monitor the efficiency of the pump to save you money on the electricity. But I can't really say that I can think of many other applications for it at the moment. I'm sorry about that.
Or I will add, maybe you will come up with the new AI solution for water preservation, yeah, and dealing with NWC. Maybe that's your job. She reads my lips well, don't you? Read my lips. You understand me? Big up yourself. Yeah. All right. I have to balance the thing, you know. There were 8 women, young women up here. We have to balance the thing. 1 man to 8 women. Not balanced, depends on how you see it. Gender, equity, equality, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to ask this lovely young man to have the final question in this Q&A segment.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Miller. I am a graduate of the Calabar High School. I am a business student. I am currently in the transition to go to tertiary level education. And my question is, what do you recommend new business owners do with AI to help with getting their businesses out there and known on a wider scale, as well as integrating AI to help in innovation and growth?
All right. So here we are. AI, especially in this day, general purpose AI, is really just like a platform for whatever you want to do. Now, in terms of how I use in my own business, it's everything from even thinking about what we bring to an event like this. You won't necessarily always find specific information to your country, like in terms of going ahead and registering, but at the very least, as you have your idea, as you're going out and you're thinking about the processes, or even the processes that you're not aware of. Because I can imagine, and I hope many of the business owners here can speak to this, when you are just starting your business, there are a lot of things that you didn't know. And many of those things are more or less in just a general space that AI, as it scrapes information from across, different data sets on the internet, it's able to package all of that information now in one place for you. This is not to say that it is a replacement for, talking to an established businessman like Neil or Gregory. But at the very least, even when you're thinking about what kind of business do I want to have, who will this business serve, and how will I create value, it gives you a starting point. Then you can say, all right, I have a starting point here. You can go to Neil and say, Neil, this is where I am. What do you think? And you continuously get feedback. The other side that we're able to just jump in where AI is concerned is processes. Starting off again, you're thinking about administration. You're thinking about, if you're going to sell, you want to create a proposal for a client. All of these things are now a part of your toolkit that you don't need to always go to someone who has all the expertise. You, as yourself, you can go ahead and start the process of basically getting yourself into this space and continuing to learn and hone your skill set. Now, again, I always caution that AI doesn't know everything. So one thing to remember is that you are the expert. And you're the expert not because you have all the knowledge in the world, but because you have your experiences. So as you think about using AI tools, bear in mind that you're not just saying, all right, I live in Spanish Town and I see that there's a water problem. What kind of business I can start around water? You're saying, all right, the specific problem is this. And when I talk to my neighbor, when I talk to the business up the road, this is a problem that they're saying having. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a sort of solution that they would like. Give me some ideas in terms of how I can solve this. But then, again, nothing beats your experience. AI will not always know your specific situation, but the more information that you provide, the more questions you're asking. And this is good just for the general learning process. Because if it's one thing about business, it is a matter of character development and personal growth. Because when it comes to, the lows as well as the high, AI won't be able to relate to that. But again, it provides you with a broad and very general way of looking at the world. And then from there, you go back to your market. You go back to the people who you want to serve. You go back to the people who will pay. You go back to the suppliers. You talk to people who are experienced. And you get more information. And you continue to build from there.
Thank you.
Thank you, team. All right. Watch this. Young man, audience, there's going to be a speed networking opportunity later where you get to have one-on-one conversations with my esteemed panelists. And my favorite over here. I got joke, but I don't have time to tell them our story. What I'm saying is there are many opportunities. I remember helping a young person. She didn't have a job, and same with the prom. And Empress, can you help me? I have 2 kids. I don't have a job. I have a car. My husband works at a call center, and I need feeding for the baby. Empress, no. I can't take on another person in my life right now for help. So I decided to go onto my phone and type in exactly what she said. I then copied and pasted and gave her 15 opportunities. Within a month, thank you so much, Empress. I'm doing a courier thing now. I'm doing work on Upstream, Fiverr, and I'm doing all of these reviews and graphics and all of this stuff, and I'm able to help my baby. AI gave me the answer. Walk a dog. It gives you so many ideas of what you can do, right, when you're stuck. But talking about the world of gaming, IT solutions, policy governance, STEAM education, these are the persons who you can talk to later and allow them to help you to dream and see a pathway outside of the traditional careers that mommy and daddy taught you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our panelists, our first set here this afternoon. What time is it? Thank you so much, gentlemen and gentle lady. I appreciate you. Give them a round of applause one more time. All right. Machine learning engineer, data scientist, AI research scientist, AI product manager, robotics engineer, ethics and compliance specialist, AI software developer, so many careers. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are getting ready for our very first performance from our deaf community. Lady Sonia Marks Robinson, I'm not sure. That's what you wanted me to do. Give them you wanted me to give the panelists. Oh, thank you so much for doing that for me. We are going to give the panelists now, one of our directors in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, a visionary leading this project as well, is presenting them in the audience with a gift bag courtesy of the ministry. Thank you so much. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the PA, Deaf Dance Company and Company. Let's welcome them to the stage. I want to thank these fine gentlemen of the JCF for mashing up my microphone them. It's all right, man. Eh? Oh, J? Oh, what that mean? Command Cadet. Combined Cadet. The JCCF. I know they say I'm something, a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome PA, the Deaf Dance Company.
body outside. A thick gal a roll round a fat right. Design I fresh force them a low white. Hennessy white when you see we know a pure vibe. Turn up time with the rock like a boat ride. A million night when you know a boy lifestyle. Gal a pop champagne and a pop style. She see the Kyle and want carry my child. Cause anyway, me there, money there. Anyway, me go know say gal there. I'm from weed there, gal a give on there. I know anyway the rum there, the fun there. Mom's not here where we there, she a go run it there. I lick it one like one of them Sunday there. Full of image like a heart and craft there. And we call one a kick like them belly. I need you to come and say that everybody on the song. Who want my voice? Who wants? Who want my voice? Zip it up there. Zip it up there. Zip it up there. Zip it, zip it, zip it up there. Zip it up there. Zip it up there. Zip it, stir fry. Stir fry. Stir fry. Turn up the vibes. Stir fry. Slingshot. Stir fry. Slingshot. Andele, mami, yeah. Pose when you ride, take a picture. Say goodie as a big car, me charge. Gear sitting, make a report to start. We all live large, no we are nothing fraud. A million spark up in a garage. Stay home if you no plan figure hard. Make we dance like we dey a mirage. Cause if I zip it, we zipping, and if I knock it, we knocking. If I dip in, we dipping, and if I color, we popping. Drop your shoulders left to right and watch the diamond, them a swing. This a rhythm full of vibes of everybody dancing. So we give them the dance, bust the dance. Give them the dance, bust the dance. Give them the. Anyway, me there, money there. Anyway, me go know say gal there. And from me down there, no there. But no, anyway, the rum there, the fun there. Mom's not here where we there, she a go run it there. I lick it one like one of them Sunday there. Full of image like a heart and craft there. And we call one a kick like them belly. Zip it up there, zip it up there, zip it up there. Zip it, zip it, zip it up there. Zip it up there, zip it up there. Zip it, stir fry. Turn up the vibes, stir fry, slingshot, stir fry, slingshot.
My girl, this year for now plan to stay with me for the night.
Wow, let's give it up for the Pod Deaf Dance Company and Academy. Minister, what a performance. Yes. Come on, we're trying to hear it loud. The Pod Deaf Dance Company and Academy is a Jamaican-based dance troupe for deaf and hard of hearing dancers. It was founded in 2018 and 2023 respectively by Stephanie McIntyre Groves, former dancer and current Jamaican Sign Language interpreter, tutor, and ally of the deaf community. Ally of the deaf community. Thank you so much. Give it up for them one more time. And you can check Stephanie, wave your hand. Check Stephanie if you'd like to find out how to donate and how to support. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another performer about to grace the stage. I know we have a panel discussion later on with other artists, but as I said, entertainment is a big thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Minister Dana Dixon, our new minister of, well, not new, let's say about 3 months in, of the other big super ministry. Let's get it right. Education, youth, skills, and information. Welcome, Minister Dixon. So we talked about the creative industry. We're talking about entertainment, AI, and how we can grow and how you all can enter this space. So we're moving quickly now into a conversation with an entertainer who digitally is seen by millions of people, and he is a Jamaican. How has he done it? How is it working for him? What does the future look like for entertainers like him? I challenge him to share with us the vision, not just for himself, but for the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this video, just so you know who I'm going to be talking to for just a few.
Raheem Bose, professionally known as Valiant, is a dynamic dancehall artist who has rapidly risen to prominence in the music industry. Born in St. Andrew, Jamaica, Valiant gained widespread recognition in 2022 after his viral slang, Catchy Hat, catapulted him into the spotlight, followed by a string of hits such as Don's Check, North Carolina, and Mad Out. With a unique sound and energetic style, he has amassed a global fan base, earning accolades such as the MOBO Award for Best Caribbean Music Act in 2023. Valiant's success led to a landmark signing with Sony Music's Epic Records UK, solidifying his place among Jamaica's top musical exports. Beyond music, he is known for his philanthropic efforts, including supporting education for underprivileged youth. Valiant continues to inspire with his relentless work ethic, innovative creativity, and commitment to uplifting his community.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Valiant!
Style. Kyle. Diplomats.
Hi everybody.
Big hands, beats currency. Girl come with me, cause your man have no sense. Travel around the world, we not travel in a comments. Compare me, I'ma take that as a offense. Money in the air, I'ma call it.
Who this? Valiant!
Hey, nice style.
You know, it's really cool to see you in real life, you know, because, yeah, I hear you everywhere, and then I Google you and watch your YouTube videos, and then my kids walk in, and I'm like, Jesus, let me turn it off, But then somebody tuned in, they introduced me too. Then I looked at the global reach you've had as a Jamaican. Millions of views. Yeah, make a little money, right? You can't eat at night time.
I'm alright, man. I'm good. I'm blessed, man.
You're blessed. Valiant, welcome to this stage, this room. In front of you, you have hundreds of young persons. Some of them are aspiring to become entertainers. Take us through your journey. When did you know you wanted to do this, to perform? Tell me about the journey.
First thing first, my name is Valiant, otherwise known as Raheem. Me not really talk like, I can't talk like I don't want me to talk, but I just have to be myself, you know. Big up Auntie Babsy. Normally these events when I'm going to school, I'm never there. Like, I was one of those kids where rebellious, but still I do them schoolwork and thing, you know. But I always wanted to do music from an early age. See, my parents wanted me in like jacket and tie and all of that. But I always wanted to do music. Like, music was my passion. If me didn't want to, but your parents see the best for you. They want you to become a doctor. They want you to come out of poverty. They want the best for you. But me did already know say music I want to do like professionally. I left school like when I was like 16, 17. At them time they left school. I was working at a call center. I was doing call center work. But it get tired because I couldn't bother with people. I tell me when to log out a phone, what time for reach a work and all of them little things there. So I started to like try find other things to help me to go to studio for make money. Right after that, I think it was my birthday. I catch it and you don't know, TikTok was just out at that time. So I started to use TikTok to promote my music. So yeah.
So TikTok was a platform that really helped you to be seen and to kind of blow up.
Yeah, basically it show up the talent because a lot of people had the catchy hat as a gimmicks thing. So instead of giving them gimmicks, I gave them a talent to show them that I'm more than just a gimmicks, you know. Yeah.
I love that. And, you know, you are repeating the same pathway as many of our successful entrepreneurs in different parts of the creative industry. Many of them left school, but they pursued the very important P word. What's my favorite P word, Valiant? Passion.
Passion, yes, passion, passion, passion.
And with that said, that's the first thing I'm hearing from you and other successful creatives. But I want to go into the part now where you invested. We use that word in different stock exchange conversations, but you invested in your business, meaning you put in the time. You went against what your parents and everybody wanted for you, right? That's what many creative entrepreneurs do. But how much time did you invest? Meaning, how much time you have to sit on a studio and wait? How many TikToks did you have to make before you started to see a financial return on your investment of time and effort?
First thing first, for everybody who are listening, all of the kids that go to school and them thing there, me as a person still, for telling the truth, I not to listen to people. Like, when you're doing something and you want something out of life, and you know, say, you're going to get it. If you listen to people, it'll distract you. That's the first thing for me. So if I know, say, I want to buy a house and I only have $1 in my account, I go buy the house there, you know. So, for me, like, we just determine. I have to love what you do, because a lot of people doing what they're doing out of, for just get money. So if you have money alone, you're not going to really enjoy it. Because when you start a business, you don't see the return until about 2 years' time or 3 years. Or
7 years. 15 years later.
Yeah, but as I say still, the younger generation are more blessed. Them different because we have social media for bring out your talent, anything where you sell, anything where you business you do. So we are blessed, we are different, but I just the passion. If I have the passion, everything we work.
I love that. You're also creative. This is a creative space. And usually a lot of people who can't find their way at 40, 50, raise your hand. They always say go back to when you were young, right? So when you were 5, when you were 6, 7, how mad out were you? How creative were you at home?
No, man. I mean, it's a style, man. Me as a person ever try new things. Ever try to, like, be out of the box. For me, I'm doing music. I'm supposed to always be out of the box. When you see me, I'm supposed to always be looking different, in different shoes, in different style, in different thing. You see me, I say, when I little bit, I try everything. I try all some big glasses, all type of things, because you see superstar them, I used to watch them. I want to become like one of them, you see me, I'm inspired by them. So, yeah, I did well creative, man.
As you were inspired by those who came before you, you now inspire millions of people across the world with your creativity and your talent. Now, how has the internet, how has technology helped you to earn? Like, I want to know, because I've been asking everybody, how much money you make a month and how you make the money and like, how does it work? Because we're talking about industries, right? And we're not going into a career without thinking about how we're going to feed our family. You got kids? You got a family?
Yeah, I got a kid.
Oh, sweet. Tell her Auntie Empress, a boy or girl?
A boy.
Oh, tell him Auntie Empress says hi.
Right.
Yeah. Love the babies. But how do you feed the family?
How am I feed them? All right, first thing first, if you're doing music, you know, it's a show pay you, basically. I do dub.
For those who don't know, Valiant, maybe some people don't know what a dub plate is, you know, because they're young. Tell them about dub plates.
Dub plate is basically if somebody say, Auntie Babsy want a dub. I can't give an example, I can't really explain or whatever, but Auntie Babsy, you don't know, Auntie Babsy, you don't know Valiant represent, blah, 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 cheap, glock, me nah left it pan belly, anytime, for Auntie Babsy, you just put them name or you introduce them, just want a big up, so that's a dub. And you basically charge based upon you want charge.
All right.
Me charge?
Let's do this. Valiant. This is Auntie Empress here. I want a dub. How much are you going to charge me? All my fans here will donate. I want a dub. Empress dub.
Empress dub?
Yeah.
Empress da body day, da body day. Something about a body there.
I love it. So how much would that really cost? Like, I guess you have different prices for different clients.
I wouldn't even say, violent dub, wouldn't even say that word, but violent dub when sound clash. So that would have cost more. But we'd have to talk to my manager about the pricing thing and all of that. But definitely, yeah.
I like that. So it's not just a little pom-pom thing. You have to have a manager. This is a business, right?
Yeah, definitely. And if you're doing music or anything that you're trying to get involved with, if a football, any little thing, you have to know the business part, because you cannot play football for years and don't see back a return in case you foot something for happen to you, something,
Where are you going now? I mean, with the audience that I see that you have globally, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing great things. What's the plan? I mean, every business has a 3-year plan, short term, medium term, long term. What is the business plan for Valiant, the entertainer, the artist?
Short term goal still. And to be honest, I don't like talking my true intentions, what I'm planning to do. I like to see it manifest first. So
So what you want me to do? Pull up the question, reverse the question?
No, not really reverse the questions. I don't know, sometimes you just, you don't really talk what you're going to do until it happens. But I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of business plans, but,
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll wait and see.
Definitely.
Any new tune coming out so we can get the first of it?
Basically, right now, if you're on TikTok, you're seeing a shoes challenge for the most creative shoes.
Y'all seen it?
Yes, so I have a song from my EP coming out, Prove Them Wrong, whole lot. So there's a lot of songs coming out, a lot of collaborations internationally, a lot of shows. You don't know, we're going for the Grammy, so yeah.
I love that. So let's break it down in the 3 to 5 ways now that you, an aspiring entertainer in the creative industry, can make a living and provide for yourself and your family. So one, you mentioned dub plates, live performances. What about what else? Let's get 5 in.
For instance, you want a song from me, I can charge you as well. So if you have a rhythm and you're a producer, I can charge you as well.
Nice.
Yeah, you have appearances as well and all of that too. So yeah.
And then the next thing that you're not telling us about, which is probably going to be a product, Valiant, something merchandise.
Not that alone, your music, your earnings from your music, your streams and all of that too. You get paid from that as well too.
How is that doing? Because as I said, millions on YouTube. Valiant's like, Empress, stop going in my bank account. We're just trying to educate the people.
Yeah man, money there in your music, money there in everything from you put your passion into it. As I tell you, you can't too focus on the money alone. You see me? I say, but it will come. Definitely.
What's my favorite P word, Valiant? Passion.
Yeah, me catch it now.
You catch it? I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Respect.
And I am going to ask 3 persons from the audience, if you don't mind. 3 young persons. Come up, my youth. Come up. Everybody clap him. Forward, forward. Come up, my brother. All right. You are going to have an opportunity. Take my chair, youth. There you go. You get to ask Valiant a question. Hey, wanna turn on your phone?
All right. Good afternoon. Valiant, as one of the most influential artists in Jamaica currently, I want to ask you, what do you think is the most important message that you can send to us young youths to do better and to, mash up the thing?
Match up with me? No, man. Don't do that, man. But first thing first, stay in a school. Stay focused, be creative, and think out of the box, to be honest. And go towards your dreams. And don't listen to nobody and don't doubt yourself, bro. Never, never doubt yourself. It will happen, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, next. Oh yeah, move with some swag, brother. Come in.
Firstly, bring it on your level as you, because this is a school thing.
You know my style.
Alright, so, how your community, like, say a rural area living still, so how your community impact you for be an artist?
impact me to be an artist. To be honest, when I'm there in my community, I have a friend right over there, so GI. I don't really talk to people in my community.
Oh,
it's so in a way, but to tell you about me, I was always focused because every community have that type of people judge you when you're part of a certain company. You see me? But I was so focused and my company was so focused, but you don't know, they motivate me to shame them differently still. So every more talk with them have about me, and so me now come out to nothing, I prove them wrong all the time, bro. So when them say, I got kicked from school, sad to say, but I knew what I wanted. You see me? That made my parents very sad. A lot of people say a lot of things about me in the community, but I push through, and bro, like, the people who used to talk a lot about me and some things about me, bro, may I like help them get work and heap of things, you see me? So, yeah, bro, they motivate me to do better because I just never want to go up and feed them level and get bitter, you see it? Yeah.
Just a little thing, we have like the school of Jamaica, they want to look at dub, you see me?
Alright, yeah, man.
All right, Deputy Head Boy, come forward, my lady. Remember to introduce yourself.
My name is Michaela Lewis. I'm from St. Hugh's High School for Girls. And good greetings, Mr. Valiant. And
Right.
I just want to...
Good greetings.
Right. I just want to ask you to give me some words of motivation for school, because school has been beating me mentally and physically and emotionally.
Right.
Please search now.
I don't even know. Emotionally, man, that's all enough stress, man.
Yes, a lot.
You do any other activities otherwise from school?
No, actually, no.
No, you need to do that still.
But I'm doing a CSEC this year, and
None
I
of
had
that, man, like swimming, or some other little thing for free your mind more while,
No, I
and then
just
get
only
back to the
listen to
school work.
music.
Eh?
I only listen to music.
You only listen to music?
Yes.
Boy, to be honest, boy, you put me on a spot car. You tell me say you only listen to music. You stressed?
Yes.
School has stressed, huh?
Yes, a lot. Yes.
May I tell you, say, being big is not nice. Stay in school. May I tell you, a lot of bills.
Yes, thank you.
Just say this. I don't know, to be honest, a lot of people look for me and say, I don't know what to tell you this. You're too young for stress. You're not paying no bills, you're not doing nothing. Just do your school work. Make sure you don't have no man on your head, because man a problem.
No, actually, let me tell you.
I know, man. I know about... I just tell you from early, you see me, school, stay focused. I have to tell you things if your parents not tell you, I tell you straight. You see me, and just don't follow company, because the same people, you don't know, I don't know what to tell you, but just stay in school and do the right thing. That's all I tell you. And just achieve what you achieve. And try to do some other activities. You can't just listen to music, man. Go TGIF and eat something, go Hope Garden. You know them
My
stuff.
parents are strict. One of my goals is to retire my parents and give them a
Well,
lot
you're
of...
very ambitious.
Yes,
That's why you have to stay in a school, you know. Yeah, but...
But, okay, I'll tell you something.
What's
you
that?
can take a picture of my phone.
Yeah, man, as we finish this, man, I take the picture of them, man.
Alright, yeah.
All the picture of them.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great day and a great
I
life.
will, yeah.
Well, I must say this. We're talking about the creative industry. We see actors acting a role. We see entertainers performing their characters. But they're also humans. And what we have to understand or overstand is that sometimes the entertainer can take on mentorship and support for the youth. Now, I'm seeing Dr. Valiant, the counselor, because he did drop some truth. She needs to go swim, go TGI Fridays, no promotion. They didn't pay me to say that. But, you know, it's a very stressful career. You put yourself on the front line, just like she may be stressed. And Minister Dixon, we need to talk about the psychological beating at the school. See you in Parliament next week on that. But, Valiant, having a career like this, having to stay creative, stay on top of your game, the next youth to come for take your, when I say not take your place, but take the position on the charts, how stressful is it to try to keep up, to perform at your best in this industry? I want you to talk the truth. How do you manage your stress?
It's stressful because when you're an artist, you're a robot, you know. Because for me, I have my son to take care of, I have myself to take care of, and then I have flights, and then I have dubs, and then I have to try to take care of the team around me. It is a lot of stuff, but you know, for me, everybody channel different things different. For me, I just always remember where I come from and I now go back there. Because I normally sit down for like 20 odd years and now I do nothing. So I just always try to motivate myself. When I get up in the morning, I just look in the mirror and say, you know, you're great. Stop worrying yourself. Just always try to motivate myself still. You see me? I say, me just different. You see me?
Ooh.
So me just motivate myself.
Can we just set up a minute? Set up a minute. I like you even more. Yeah. I never did love him so as an artist, meaning I love him music, but I love it even more that you can come and drop some nuggets. Hear this now. What a man just said. Everybody take out your phone right now. Take out your phone as your mirror right now. This is a life survival lesson and tool. Looking at your phone right now and say, what did you say?
You know, you're the best. Stop worrying. You're going to do great. Just motivational words, you know, encouragement.
Let's do it as a choir. Everybody turn on your phone, turn on your selfie and say, you are great. How you do this video thing? Oh, yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3. You are great.
Stop
say
worrying.
Stop what?
Worrying.
Everybody say it. You are. Hold on. One more time. How you flip the camera, Valiant? I'm not so tech savvy. I'm over 40. Oh, see it there, yeah. Thank you. You have to hang out with young people to stay on top of things. Everybody, let's go. Say it. You are?
You are great.
That's right. Valiant. I have to end this session with you, unfortunately, but when the youth them talk, and I me tell them to talk up, right? Them say them wired us bust a little one tune.
Well, I don't know if I can sing certain things, sir.
No, you cannot sing. I am a mother of 2.
Book shaking a counter make the scholars. So no. Back of the class, me have subject England. Enough love, you know. I don't know the thing already, you know.
Give it up for Valiant! Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Oh, wow. So, Valiant, thank you for stopping by. A conversation with an entertainer. You see him on the screen. Now you've met him in real life, and you understand that you too can take that pathway and survive and also inspire others to pursue their what? Give me the P in sign language. I was trying to do it. Passion. Passion? Passion. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about AI, technology in the creative industries, we have so much talent in Jamaica. And we are now going to play an interesting piece. Now, you may think you know the character in this piece, but you may not know her because this is not her. It's a creative interpretation of somebody. Because we're all inspired by the characters we see every day when we are creating content, movies, and characters. So I want you to take a look at this piece, which was created here in Jamaica. So much talent.
The future is digital. From animation to AI, gaming to robotics, the creative industry is evolving, and you have a place in it. Digital creativity is more than a passion, it's a career. At this year's Creative Career Expo, you'll meet industry leaders, explore new technologies, and see how you can turn your skills into success. Get ready to connect, learn, and take charge of your future. The digital creative world is waiting for you.
That was Javia Girapsi Carange from a whole nother universe. Yeah. Who does she remind you of? Huh? The future is going to be very interesting. And just the other day, Minister, I know that was not you, but you inspired some creative. Just the other day, we had a session with Minister Dixon called Parenting and AI, where we had experts talking about the future of AI, and Minister spoke of the future of AI in education. And when I listened to all of the speakers, I said to myself, hey, you know what the best thing about being up here in the front row is you see everything going on between the ministers, and you're trying to keep a straight face and talk, but you're seeing all this dialogue happening, and I'm up here swinging and pivoting and working out what to do next. But I'm going to follow the minister whose event this is, because, you know, she PM it today. Not true. And when the boss says something, what you do? Yeah, you do it. But I was saying, education and AI. I saw a video of a school in the United States where all the kids were taught just by an AI teacher, and the persons in the room were just mentors. And it created the curriculum just to suit the needs of that child. So if the two of you are in fourth form, but he's performing at university mathematics level and you're performing at grade 7 level, then the AI will adapt the teaching and the modules to suit what you need, to help you to develop at your best. And I think the future of education and AI is fascinating. She didn't know she was going to greet you today, but I'm going to ask our minister, who is responsible for you, the youth them, for come and just bless you up and just share with us, Minister, briefly, your vision for Jamaica AI and education. Ladies and gentlemen, Minister Dixon, our very own minister for you, the youth, and for you, the education sector. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And I have to obviously acknowledge the wonderful Olivia Babsy Grange, our minister, who put all of this on, and she's just absolutely extraordinary, and she's someone who I look up to from ever. I mean, she has been a fighter for Jamaica, a fighter for Jamaican women, and so for me to be able to serve with her in the cabinet is an honor for me, and so thank you for inviting me here, Minister. And I was asked to speak about AI, but I want to talk about this expo and why this is important. So often I know that your parents are pushing you into the traditional areas. They want you to be doctor, and they want you to be lawyer, and, you know, accountants and all those things. But there really is a vibrant world in the creative industries. You can make enough money in the creative industries. And what you're learning today is about some of the ways that you can have a really successful career in this area. And I was so happy to be listening to Valiant talk about passion and about the amount of work he puts into what he is doing. Whatever you are going to do, you have to put work behind it, whether it's creative industries or something else. But please know that these areas are there. Know that they're lucrative areas. And too often, I know in school, you're focused on the traditional ones. When they ask you what you want to do, you're not giving responses like, oh, I want to be an entertainer, or I want to be in the film industry. Those are lucrative areas. So I'm glad that you're here and you're hearing about these areas. But there is more to our education system that we have to do. And artificial intelligence is one of those. And we're working in the ministry, for example, to develop AI tools for all of you so that you can use for maths and science. And we even have a bot that speaks patois and understands patois for whoever doesn't want to use the standard English, because we understand that AI is the way of the future, and we know that we can transform your education using AI. And I have to say, where's my deputy head boy who was up here asking questions? Where did he go? From Holy Trinity. I don't know where he went, but I have so much of a good time when I see all of you. And I have to say that our future is really bright. Every time I go to a school and I get to sit with young people and you tell me about what is happening in your lives and what your plans are and what you want to do, I am left in awe. You see a world that is different than I ever envisioned. And what I say to you is to make sure that you understand where the world is going. You saw outside Heart? Go back to the Heart booth out there. They have this huge drone which is used for agriculture. So when you used to go on the farm and go around and fertilize, you no longer do that. You have a drone that goes up in the sky, you plot where on the land you want fertilized, and it goes up there and it does it. And they outside are showing you how that works. We're changing education big time. There's mechatronics out there. They're showing you how you can create new things. There's 3D printing. All of that is taught in Jamaica. So all I want to say to you today is enjoy this, and the world is really your oyster. There's so much you can do, and the creative industry. Jamaica is a creative country, and these areas are lucrative areas. You're going to make enough money from them, and so I'm so happy that your school and your teachers felt it was important for you to be here. And so I thank you, and again I have to thank our minister for doing this. This is what our children need. They need to know that there is a space for them, even if they don't want to do the traditional boring jobs like some of us have done. There is a space for you, and I thank you, Minister, for always being there for people like me and also continuing to be there for the future of our country. Thank you.
Police? She's running with my mic. Thank you, Minister. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the developments. And now we're going to move into a conversation with an entrepreneur who is all the way in Dubai, I believe. Yes, big deal. Big name, big deal, big business. We're going to hear from him. But here's an introduction. Please take a look at the screen.
Dushyant Savadia. Dushyant Savadia is a globally celebrated entrepreneur, distinguished humanitarian, captivating public speaker, and visionary technology disruptor, driven by a profound commitment to giving back to society. His leadership has propelled the Amber Group to become a major global player in the tech industry and beyond. For Dushyant, true success transcends financial achievements. It encompasses making a meaningful impact on society. His humanitarian work with the Art of Living Foundation and advocacy for charitable causes reflect this deep dedication. Beyond his professional triumphs, Dushyant is an avid aviation enthusiast and a licensed pilot. He also serves as an ambassador and special investment envoy for technology, appointed by the esteemed Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica.
All right. So we want to welcome now Deshaun. Are you here online with me?
Hi, very good morning, Empress. How are you?
I'm good. Good to hear you. I'm pulling you up on the big screen. You have thousands of people here. Everybody welcome Deshaun Savia of the Amber Group.
Very good morning, everybody. Minister, students, friends, colleagues, very good to see you guys online. Thank you for inviting me to this forum. I'm in Dubai. In fact, I was supposed to be home yesterday, but due to some unexpected, unforeseen reasons, I had to delay my travel. So I'm coming back home tomorrow instead of today. But I'm glad I could join. It's almost 11 p.m. at night, but I am waiting to go. Thanks, Empress.
You're
to you.
welcome. Thank God for technology. So you are pioneering innovation with the Amber Group. Just yesterday, Deshaun, I was driving and I saw a taxi called Amber on Time. And I said to my husband, Jano, they bought shares in Amber? You are doing a lot. But before we go into the taxi business, let's go into technology and innovation. Known you for a long time, and I just keep seeing this group grow. Tell us what you do as an entrepreneur in the world of technology.
Well, as an entrepreneur, my only job, in fact, I call myself a social entrepreneur. My only job is to create wealth so we can serve and we can do more good for the society that we live in. I think for me, any enterprise, any foundation of any business is to serve. And I think as Amber Group, we are defining ourselves through this particular philosophy. But as Amber Group, we now operate about 14 businesses. We operate in 100 countries all over the world. We employ more than 3,000 staff all over the world. I started Amber Group in 2015 in a 200 square feet, tiny little office in New Kingston. And today we've built more than 60,000 square feet of beautiful offices in Jamaica, Miami, South Africa, India, Dubai, 5 major operational centers that we operate out of. So I think bottom line, we love innovating. We love creating amazing technology products, and we find gaps in the society. For example, you mentioned taxi, and I know for a very long time, Jamaica have been struggling with good taxi operators that can take you safely, have good manners, have phenomenal security embedded inside. So we decided to buy 50% shares in On Time Taxis in Kingston and renamed it as Amber On Time. But now the amount of technology that is going to come through that particular new business venture of ours is going to blow people's mind. In the next 1 week, the apps are going live. And there's just so much of things that are happening. So for me, at Amber Group, we just drive innovation, creativity, build products, and serve the world.
How do you use creative people in your business, companies all across the world? What are the different creative opportunities, all right, or posts available in your businesses?
Empress, at Amber Group, creativity is not simply accessory. It is the engine driving our innovation. We seamlessly integrate the talents of designers, content creators, storytellers, and artists with technical expertise to transform abstract ideas into transformative digital solutions. There is a saying that innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. So in our organization, every creative spark is treated as a potential catalyst for change. So our approach always around creativity has been strategic and all-inclusive. So we definitely foster an environment where every idea is valued and every voice is heard, because we know that breakthrough innovations often comes from unexpected sources. For those of you out in this room, for those of you starting out in your creative journeys, understand this, that your unique perspective is your strongest asset. Every creative idea is a seed that grows into something extraordinary if nurtured with passion. So I think for me, we just engage very deeply to challenge the status quo. We're never afraid of thinking differently. We are guided by the vision, knowing that creativity can define and redefine how we interact with technology. So to me, the best way to predict the future is to invent it ourselves.
That is so true. But what advice would you give to our young persons in the room who want to enter into this tech world, meaning subjects, upskilling, without having to go and complete a full degree? What are the opportunities to enter this space, like an Amber Group? What skills do they need, and where can they access that training?
I think I'm going to answer this question in two parts. First, let's just understand that the technology landscape is evolving at an astonishing pace. And it welcomes not only the engineers, but very innovative mind with open arms too. Now, I also have said it before that the rise of AI is going to push humans to be a lot more creative than what we used to be before. For sure, there is no way out. We as humans have to be a lot more creative in how we think, how we innovate going forward, because our creativity is going to define what AI is going to do for us in the future too. So to the aspiring talents in our audience this morning, my simple advice is broaden your horizons first. Embrace a multidisciplinary approach. Dive into design thinking, master digital storytelling, and acquire a foundational understanding of coding. See, now the whole world is revolving around AI. The whole world is revolving around understanding prompt engineering, for example. How do you prompt AI? See, one part is coding AI and building AI. Another part is understanding how to use AI also. So even if I give you all the AI tools, but you do not know how to give the right prompts to the AI that allows you to do what you want the AI to produce and result for you, how are you going to do that if you don't even learn prompt engineering? So there are all these disciplines. With Amber Connect, Amber Group tomorrow, again, like I said, a few things I would learn or advise to learn. One, learn how to do prompt engineering. Learn how to give instructions to AI so it can build what you want to build. Second, you don't need to be a coder anymore. I know I've said it before that in the next few years, Empress, coding will disappear. There will be no more coding. In fact, we are launching readycode.ai website in the next few weeks, actually, or in a month's time. We acquired a company in India with 60 AI engineers, and we built with them a whole software where you can just prompt, listen, I want to build an app which delivers food. It should have a customer app and a delivery person's app. And I want this feature, that feature. Within 10 minutes, it will give you the entire code base. It will give you everything. We built it now. We built a whole, we're calling it readycode.ai. That means that we built a whole discipline in our business that I don't want anybody to sit and build or develop apps anymore. My system will develop the app and give you ready-made apps within days. And then if you want to customize, then a little bit of human element comes in at that point, do the customization, and your app that could have taken 6 months to build is now built in a month's time. So the whole industry is changing so fast. So my advice is don't think old school. The world has changed too much in the last 1 year. In fact, we live in the most unpredictable times of history of how quickly jobs will disappear, replacing it with new jobs which require more creativity and less logical thinking that we need to do to code and do hands-on things that we don't need to do anymore. So to me, my advice is pretty simple. Stay curious, number one. Creativity can only flourish when you have curiosity in your mind. So be curious. Your curiosity of things will improve your creativity automatically.
All right, so curiosity.
Open.
Curiosity for creativity. No, new jobs will be created with AI. You heard what he said with his new AI app. There are going to be AI engineers who are employed to create this technology, to create this tool. So there are many opportunities. Deshaun, where can we find you? We have to move into the next panel discussion. But thank you for joining us on behalf of the Amber Group. Where can we find you and your services online?
You can go to myambergroup.com and follow me on Instagram, d.savaria.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. You're in Dubai, right?
Yes, I'm in Dubai, but I'm home tomorrow night.
Home tomorrow. Make sure you bring something for all of us, okay?
Lots of love and good wishes.
All right. Thank you so much. Deshaun Savi, let's give him a round of applause. Joining us there. Serial entrepreneur and tech boss. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you have been sitting for a long time, since 10 o'clock. I have been tasked to move into the next panel, but I need a bathroom break. So many forgot to the bathroom. And as I make my way to the bathroom, we're going to play a little music. Hopefully you can grab a little lunch. And then we'll reason with our next panelist. Some music, please. We also want to acknowledge Omi in the building, who will be on our music panel after lunch. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a
That's just what I seek to find. Oh yeah, I ain't in the mood. I just need some solitude. Oh gosh, but everybody's trying to talk to me and nobody's trying to hear me out. So you've got some things to say, honestly, you're just a movie mouth. You say it makes no sense and I'm out of time to figure it out. Leave me alone. It's best you just leave me out. See what I'm trying to say is that this caused me so much pain. Feeling like I've got no control over my own brain. And it's sad to see that you don't see it's driving me insane. Leave me alone. Oh yes. Right, you know, enough of them forget block and delete. Airplane mode out the life, you're so sweet. Come and bring off my line 7 days at the week. Oh, me no feel right now, me no feel sleep. Lila beg you this, Lila beg you that. Aye, shut your aye, cut the crap. 2020 now, certain things be stopped, so we disappear to the habitat cows.
All right, young persons, quick announcement. We're going to ask you to receive your lunch from the ushers. They will also be bringing them in. And you can bring in your lunch and have your lunch in here. So feel free to go out and grab it to my left and bring your lunch back in, because we want to get into the next panel discussion soon. So please, other members, panelists will be directed. Thank you.
Certain things them hear and things them see. Call me up on the radio and TV. One bubble I'm talking no.
It's not a use and abuse thing, you know. Now I use and refuse thing. You see this girl, messed up one time.
Omar, really? Where you find my song with Nesbeth? I didn't tell him I used to be a singer, you know. But I think you need to play it.
It's not a use.
We and the youths united. Corruption, changing the world and the way we function. The youths united against corruption, changing the world and the way we function. You remember the youth, them are we future leaders, policy creators, decision makers. As in them are not just the cornerstone, but a crucial part to a better tomorrow. United against corruption, changing the world and the way we function. The youths united against corruption.
A message from the Integrity Commission. A new story is being written for all Jamaicans. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation is on a mission to transform lives. From increasing access to potable water, providing secure homes for the most vulnerable, and helping you own a piece of the rock, we're revitalizing communities and preserving our environment. We're making an impact. See the difference. Feel the difference. Building a better Jamaica for you and me.
You can feel it. Make JC.
Join the conversation focusing on Jamaica's development. Tune in to the post-cabinet press briefings. Wednesdays live at 9 a.m. with a rebroadcast at 9 p.m. right here on PBCJ, the People's Station.
Since 2016, 156,000 more Jamaicans are working. This is more than any other time in our history. Your government is caring for you.
Public debt is the total amount, including total liabilities, borrowed by the government to meet its development budget. Public debt is a good way for countries to get extra funds to invest in their economic growth. It is also a safe way for people in other countries to invest in another country's growth. Increasing public debt can be viewed negatively. However, it allows government leaders to increase spending without raising taxes. Investors usually measure the level of risk by comparing a country's public debt to its total economic output, which is measured by the gross domestic product, GDP. The country's debt to GDP ratio usually gives an indication of
Once upon a time in a Caribbean island known for its rich culture, natural beauty, lived a group of people who were buried in piles and piles and more piles of paper. Papers spanning back to the start of time. Then came a bright idea, harnessing technology to work smarter and not harder. The government of Jamaica is improving its operations to serve citizens better. Many services are now available online, and there's more to come. The government of Jamaica, building a better public sector for all.
Are you an entrepreneur producing an excellent Jamaican product or service? Did you know you can earn hard currency and more significant returns by exporting? Contact the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to help propel your business along the export lane.
Everything you can produce, the Jamaicans overseas want it. We're not going to get rich by just bringing down the debt. We're going to get rich by exporting a lot more. So grow exports, create job opportunities, drive economic growth through exports to make Jamaica a richer and much more prosperous country.
Boys and girls, I'm sure you washed your hands and I'm sure they're all clean and we're ready to go one more time. It's learning day. Okay, I like that. I think I rhymed something there now. Learning day. Okay, yay. That's a third word. Yes, boys and girls. Now, remember the last time we looked at our bar graph. And we had all 10 children that was telling us about their foods they liked. Now, we had 10 children liking the ackee, as well as the okra And some also liked the yellow yam. So all 10 children in the class enjoyed this food. However, most of the children liked the ackee. Okay? And we had all of 10 of them. Yes. Now we're going to be cooking something to go with our ackee and saltfish. And guess what that is? That is saltfish fritters. Oh, wow. I hear somebody said saltfish fritters is nice. Yummy. In my tummy. Let us go again. All right, for our saltfish fritters, we are going to be using flour. How many spoons of flour are we going to be using? Now let us look at our flour. We're going to be using 10 spoons of flour. Let's go. 10 spoons. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count with me again, yes? 8. Great job at counting. 9. And 10 spoons. Great job. Give yourselves a round of applause. You are great counters, boys and girls. Let's go. Next, we are going to be adding our thyme. Can you see the thyme? Yes, man. We're going to make this delicious. Delicioso. That's how she says it. Yes. Put in a little thyme. Yes, man. Now we're going to be adding tomato. Yes, ma'am. We have to slice it up and add it in it. Yes, ma'am. See me cutting it up, man. Having a lot of fun this morning. Okay, yes. Having a lot of fun today. Let's go. Cooking. Okay. We added our sweet pepper. Yes, ma'am. Sweet pepper. Now, we want to add a little salt. So I'm going to get a little salt over here, and I'm going to put it in. Yes, ma'am. Just a little dash of salt. That's how we say it. And then we're going to put in a little bit of our all-purpose. Yes, ma'am, to make it nice and delicious. Yes, and we stir and stir and stir and stir. La, 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 la. Great job. Next, can you see our bowl? Yes, ma'am. It's right there, and we're stirring it. Yes. Great, boys and girls. Now, we are going to be putting it in our frying pot. Yes, ma'am. Now, before we put it in our frying pot, we're not going to use it, We're not going to do it on our own. Mommy and daddy are going to be helping you to use it. And that's the reason mommy and daddy use a knife. You can't touch a knife because that can be dangerous. Now, before we put our fritters in our frying pot, we are going to be adding our water. Yes, ma'am. Adding our water, and we stir and stir. All right, now that is a little bit thick. I want the saltfish when it goes in to be nice and soft and spinning around. So I'm gonna get the saltfish and I'm gonna put a little bit of the saltfish into it. All right, can you see the saltfish, boys and girls? Yes. And I'm going to be putting it in small pieces. Yes, in our saltfish fritters. Okay, now we're still adding our water. Yes, ma'am. Wow, this looks lovely. Remember, we talk about it being soft. Wow, look at this. Now, we're going to be frying it in our frying pan. Let's go. And we need to get at least 10. Okay, so let's go now. 1. Yes. 2. Yes. 3. Because we need to share it for everyone in the class this morning. 4. 5. Great job at counting. 6. I hear you say you want a big one, Susie. Yes, I'm going to give you a big one. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Great job. Yes, so we have them frying in the pot now, frying in the pot. Can you hear that? Yes. Shh. Yes, they're all in the pot. Yes, ma'am. Now, we are going to look at our finished product. It's all cooked and ready. Yes, it's all cooked and ready. Do you remember how many spoons of flour we put in the meal? Yes, don't tell me yet. I know you remember. Can you also remember how many fritters we put in the pot? Yes, I know you remember. Now, we are going to be looking at our finished product. Oh my Lord. Look here. Oh Lord. Get your plate now. Get your plate. Get your plate, boys and girls, because we are going to be eating a storm up, boys and girls. And we're going to be putting it on our plate with our cake. Yes, man. I only want 1 from the 10. Because remember, it's 10 of us in the class today. Now look at that. That looks yummy. Oopsie-doo. All right. Are you having yours as well? I'm sure you're having yours. Now, let us recap. How many fritters did we put in the pot? Yes, we placed 10 fritters in the pot. Now, how many flour did we put into the fritters? Yes, boys and girls, we put 10 fritters, 10 spoons of flour in our ingredients mixture. Now, we are going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we put 10 spoons of flour in our fritters mixture, And we made 10 fritters with our mixture. We also had a little piece of our cooked yam in our plate. Just for a little brata. You know, Louis Bennett would have said that. Yes, the Honorable Louis Bennett Coverley would have talked about the brata, the cooked yam. Yes, boys and girls. And this is our yam in the pot, in the plate, soft and tender. Look at that. The knife going through. Woo! My mouth is, oh Lord. I know you love that. Yes, soft and tender. So we learned so many things today. When we cook our meals, sometimes they move from hard to soft, and some will move from soft to hard, like our fritters. Great job, boys and girls. I know you liked cooking. Did you enjoy cooking with us? Remember, everything you do with your mommy and daddy, you can count and you can learn about numbers. You can learn so many wonderful things about the world. So we're doing a lot of experiments in the kitchen. We're doing a lot of numbers. We're doing a lot of counting, some maths and sciences.